To noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Oh, it's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Cappy, one of my favorite songs of all time, when they got together and sang "All for Love,"
man.
From the Three Musketeers soundtrack. Remember the Three Musketeers?
Yes.
That's kind of like you, me, and Sedano, but when Brian Windhorse is here, my Columbo brother,
right,
it becomes Windy, Cappy, and Sedano, which I'm okay with.
You are.
They are the Three Musketeers on Wednesdays. Good morning, Brian Windhorse.
Where would Brian Windhorse be in line at your wedding to dance with you?
To this song, Morales. I want to dance with you to this song.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, we won't look each other in the eye.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Don't the Rams say bleep them picks?
Yes.
Isn't
That was a long time ago. Different now. Now they're good at the picks.
Yeah, but didn't they do that and win the Super Bowl?
They did.
This is a bleep them picks trade.
Yeah, what was it?
Horn-chins.
Yeah,
Horn-chin.
Sedano is a guy who's like, hey, I've been around the NBA 20 years. I can draw plays up on the board. I can do.
God.
What do you mean, oh God? What do you mean?
A little sabor.
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the widow on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah?
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Do you want to do the Love Boat, or do you want me to do the Love Boat?
The Art, I don't even know what you're talking
No, here it is. Ready? Watch this. Watch this.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, need a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to
Bit boy.
Monstrous.
But I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Oh, just one more thing.
Yeah, that's the one more thing. Yeah.
Good morning, 7:02 and 30 seconds. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show begins on this windy Wednesday, the 24th of June, 2026. Live from Miami. Good morning, George Shat.
Good morning.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. What else do you want me to tell you?
How hot is it?
Just say good morning.
How
Good
hot,
morning.
how hot and sweaty is it there? That's what I want to know.
It's really bad already. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, God. I talk to
really
my
bad.
parents every day. My father's like, I played pickleball this morning at
you have no
4:30
idea.
a.m. so that I could escape the heat. Tell me.
Yeah.
How bad?
It's bad. It's like night. It's like, well, I don't know. It's probably like 80 something degrees already, but it's probably like feels like 90 already
Oh.
at
know?
10 in the morning.
What time's it supposed to rain? 3
I
o'clock?
don't know.
Seriously, that's every day in South
Probably.
Florida during the summer.
So I'm going to tell Sedano something to get him in a good mood to start the show.
Let me guess.
Shmuley Pines was
No,
all
that
over
was it.
Cappy last night
Mhm.
to sign the contract.
Mm.
Yeah, what are you waiting for, man?
Well, now he knows.
I don't know if you realize it. It's already June 24th.
What can I tell you guys,
And he's getting on an airplane to Minnesota today.
Who is?
Shmuley Pines.
What's he doing in Minnesota?
He literally flew in
Yeah,
to slap me around at dinner.
which you deserve.
He had a lunch meeting, and then to slap you around.
Yeah. Ours was more pleasant.
And now later on.
Well, I didn't talk to him later on until you went and ratted me out. I mean, you are such a backstabber. It's unbelievable. And the funniest part of it is the pleasure you take in being such a backstabber.
How is it pleasure? I'm trying to protect you to make sure you're not out.
You're just a backstabber.
Okay, I don't want this thing to be like Sedano and Friends
Oh, yeah.
for a month.
You don't?
No.
No, there is no Sedano and
Trust me,
Friends
I
for a
don't
month.
want it to be Sedano and Friends either.
He ain't going to be here for a
When
month.
July 9th comes to the Summer of Schwans, what if I don't have you?
Yeah, then what? Then you're
We're
schwanzless.
running best ups for a month. That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
All right, last night, the NBA draft in New York City.
Yeah,
I'm still mad about this.
I know. I don't get it either.
But the Lakers trade up from 25 to 24
Mm-hmm.
to take Cameron Carr, but
Right.
it can't be officially announced. Now, Sedano, why can't it be officially announced, man?
The league calendar. Okay, so
This
let
is
me
already
explain.
pissing him off.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Well, I mean, listen, it's not. You're 40-something years old. You haven't figured out the NBA draft by now.
I
mean,
actually,
for the love of
honestly,
God.
haven't. I really haven't.
Really?
Just like I don't understand the extra time at the end of World Cup games.
Yeah, well, you're choosing to not learn these things. This is a conscious choice.
Okay.
I don't understand.
Right, I agree. I agree with Cappy. Yeah, I mean, it's not that difficult. Okay. So the reality is, everyone thinks like, well, why can't they do it? The NFL does it that way. Well, the NFL's a 3.5 month sport. Okay, let's start with that. The NBA is the regular season is 6 months, and then the playoffs take another 2.
I was going to say, yeah, another
so
6
like
months.
you're talking about. Right. You're talking about nearly a 9-month sport, okay, when you add it all together between the preseason and the playoffs, okay?
Playoffs.
So there's only a 3-month window to work in. And by the way, those guys need time off. So, and then you have all your off-season stuff. So the reality is this. The league year starts technically on July 1st or the 6th, whatever, because there's a moratorium. Nonetheless, it starts in July. The season ends at the end of June. So you have to have the draft before the league's year starts, because if you have it afterwards, then everything in the offseason gets pushed back several weeks, which means summer league isn't happening in July. It's probably happening in August, which the players will not do because they're like, wait, we're not going to get any time off in the summer? Like, what are you talking about? So that's why it is the way it is. It's the calendar. It's just as simple as that.
You see, Christopher, you
So
asked
does that
him
mean on
early.
July 6th, the commissioner will come back out and go, oh, now the Lakers select
He should.
Cameron Carr?
I just don't like how they especially.
No, actually, he was doing it yesterday. He was saying, hey, there's a trade in the works, this team versus this team. And he generally said it within a few picks of the pick. Before, I mean, David Stern used to do this like hours later. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, hey, there was a trade 6 hours ago.
I think your gripe is, from what I can gather, is that the Lakers move up to grab this kid, Cameron Carr. And the way the draft works is he goes to the stage, he grabs the hat from the Knicks.
He's wearing a Knicks hat.
And then he shakes hands with Adam Silver.
No.
What? No. What?
Right. But this is all because Chris. It makes Chris's life more difficult.
It does.
From an imaging standpoint.
Right.
That's
so
all
I can't
this
do
is
the
about.
big promo that like the Lakers select, and then you hear the audio with the 24th pick. The New York Knicks trade with the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers select. Boom. We don't have that.
So
audio.
why don't you make it official then? And why don't you just do some imaging where with the
no,
25th
because
pick,
we are a team partner.
Right,
So
but
technically we got to follow their lead.
Yeah, but their lead is they drafted Sergio De La Rey.
Okay, well that promo doesn't make any sense because we're not talking about him right now. We're talking about Cameron Carr.
Well, let's talk about Sergio De La Rey.
Well,
then.
also, when you look at
So
all
why
the
can't-
pictures and you're celebrating draft night, like, oh, I got drafted by the Lakers because of the trade and everything, you look back and you see the sparkling Knicks hat and not the Lakers hat. I feel like that's kind of weird.
Okay, I get it, but there's nothing they can do about it based on the calendar, is all I'm telling you. Like, it legitimately is the case. The NFL league year starts March 1st, okay? Their season ends in February. It's the reality of what this calendar is.
But why
The
can't they
NFL
just-
is a 3.5, 4-month league.
Yeah, but just for show.
It's not the same.
But just for the TV show of it all, right? Like the Lakers draft, they move up from 25 to 24.
I would love for it to happen this way.
Yeah.
Trust me.
What's the
it
big
would
deal?
It would make everyone's life easier.
Right.
But this is all about Chris.
I mean,
is
in
not
this
about
case,
anything
yes,
else
it
other
is.
than that.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, sometimes, listen, we all have a tendency at times to be selfish, right? I mean, there was that one time, Sedano, where you were not going to be on the show and McVay was going to be on the show and you wanted to move McVay to another day to more to accommodate you. I understand that move. I'm with that all day
What are
long.
you doing? Why are you doing
Well,
that?
I mean, and I have selfish things that I do too. Sometimes they're like, hey, there's a game on Sunday. I'm like, oh, that's not really convenient for me. Can we move it to Monday night? I do selfish things like this too. We all have our selfish motivations. In this particular instance, Sedano is right. He's calling you out. This is about you. It's about you being selfish.
Well, it just makes my life easier.
Yeah, see? Well, that is selfishness.
Listen, I mean, that's part of it.
Well, let's not worry about, when he got drafted and what hat he's going to put on or what imaging we're going to be able to do. You tell me, George, you got a scouting report on this young man? Because I had to go do research last night on Cameron Carr.
I mean, I went back to watch a ton of his stuff last night. So athletic kid out of the gate. There's no question about that. Like you watch him play and his bounce is incredible. He's very twitchy. He can get to any spot on the floor offensively. He's a pretty darn good shooter, I would say. And I would say defensively, he's okay right now, but he has tools to be much better than okay, is what I would say.
Tools including wingspan, which, I mean, I was reading about this last night.
He's like 6'4.5", I think, without shoes. But his wingspan is a lot closer to 7 feet.
Yeah. And, again, I'm just going to be honest with everybody here. I'm not exactly a guy who did a lot of scouting on this young man before the draft. So in going back last night, I find out, a couple of years first at Tennessee and then 1 year at Baylor. And the 1 year at Baylor.
Did not do much at Tennessee.
Right.
Did not do much at Tennessee.
And the 1 year at Baylor was a really good year. Now, I don't know about the rest of you guys. I just don't see that many Baylor games. But that's okay. I went back and watched YouTube videos last night once they drafted this kid and found out that he is very athletic. There was one player in particular, Lisa Salters was actually doing a post-draft interview with him, and she talked about a dunk that he had where he goes down the baseline. He just goes over like 3 guys. And she's like, how did you think you were going to be able to do that? And he's like, I don't know, man. He goes, I just looked there and I go, I'm more athletic than those guys, so I'm going up and over them. And so, look, did the Lakers go out yesterday and solve their problem at center? No. Were they going to be able to at 25? No. So what did they do? They went out and got the best player that they thought was available. I'm not necessarily sure I understood the draft move up, because were the Knicks definitely going to take this guy and were the Lakers going to lose this guy? That part of it's another part of the story that didn't make a whole lot of sense. But they're adding young players, young, athletic, long players to their roster, which, George, for me, may not necessarily mean a whole lot this year. I suppose we'll find out. But for the future, which I keep arguing you got to get younger, like San Antonio, they got a younger player who looks like a good athlete. That's what they got so far. Otherwise, I'm not exactly jumping for joy like, well, you know what? They're now going to win the NBA championship.
No, but I think he's a guy that could probably help you. Let's just say, their bench wasn't great last year at times. Would you agree with that?
I would agree, mostly because this is the issue. When you draft a guy late in the first round, you question, is this person going to be able to help us? And if so, when? And I hate to just keep calling this guy out, but unfortunately for Dalton Connect, that young brother really never made much of a contribution, right? I mean, there's a couple of games sparingly over the course of the last, let's call it 2 years, where he had a nice shooting performance and he scored some points. But generally speaking, when you're in the postseason and he's sitting on the bench, that's unfortunately, that kind of goes down historically as that pick didn't do much for us. Would you agree with that?
Agreed.
All right. Well, here we are. How about this on a Wednesday morning? We are all over each other today. We love each other.
Well, I have a question since I'm not a ball knower.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they have to move up just one spot just to take him? Because
they knew the Knicks would probably take him.
Oh. Well, they just gave him some money and said, here, we'll pay you to let us take him. That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yep. No, that happens pretty regularly. Usually mostly in the second round, but I guess back into the first.
We also don't know how much money, Linz. I mean, it could be like, yo, how about this? How about we give you $10 and you guys, we flip. You know what I mean? $10.
Probably not 10.
No?
Is what I would guess.
$20.
Do you think the Knicks have a better promo? Like ESPN New York has a better promo on today than I do?
You think so?
Probably.
Well, they probably edited it together. And
yeah, they also have world champion stuff. I haven't had that in a few years either.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a little
Not
while.
that long.
Well, since 2020.
Yeah, well, that's okay. The Knicks had to wait 45 years to put on that promo.
Actually, 53.
Or 53 years to put on that promo.
I mean, but who's doing math?
Not
early
me.
in the morning. Seriously. So, George, do you like the pick? Do you not? Because, again, for me, I'm sort of in the middle of it all. I'm like, all right, young kid. Okay, good. Well, of course he's young. He's being drafted, So he's a young guy. He's long. He's athletic. I've seen him jump out of the gym. Those are the things that are impressive. But can this kid come in and make any sort of a contribution to the Lakers? I don't necessarily think so, based not on him, based on what I've seen of them and young players over the last couple of years.
Yeah, listen, I think that works. Like, I think if you're them, you're looking for young bodies. You're looking for guys who aren't, again, at that stage, at 25, you're not going to find a finished product. So you're looking at real skill, okay? You can't teach that kind of length. So, yeah, I think that's a good place to start. Is he going to contribute right away? I think he's more ready to potentially contribute right away than Dalton Connect, because while Dalton Connect can score the ball, This guy at least is a net neutral on defense at the moment. And again, I think he can be a net positive fairly soon.
Okay. I'm thinking now not about this year necessarily, even though I think everybody's consumed with Luka, the summer of 26, what happens with LeBron, what happens with Austin Reeves. But I've been saying play the longer game. And when I think about a little bit of the long game, I'm thinking about some of these guys that they have. I mean, athletic guys. Adu Thero is a guy that I don't know if JJ played him out of pure desperation, later in the playoffs, or if he played him because he was like, well, he hasn't really played very much all year. He's fresh. He's athletic. Maybe he belongs.
By the way, happy birthday, J.J. Redick. Turns 42 today.
Wow.
Hey, happy birthday, Coach. Way to go, Coach.
Oh, J.J.
But when I think about Adu Thero and I think about this young kid, Cameron Carr, I'm thinking 2 years into the future, could these guys be real contributors? Because I'm not sure anybody's going to get, a Harper-type rookie season that San Antonio got out of a guy who's drafted 25.
No, agree, yes.
So just bench depth. I mean, that's what – there's nothing here that is like turning me on today.
But I don't know what you wanted from – I mean, I warned you from 25. At 25, you're not going to get somebody that's going to play right away, probably. Like, you're probably going to get someone who maybe gets in the rotation, in a few months.
All right, well. I guess we're not really – nobody's jumping for joy today.
So it's like a whole lot of nothing. It's just kind of like, here we go.
Well, like kind of – here's the thing. Let me make a comparison.
But I don't understand what you guys' level of expectation was going into
I thought they were going to, package the pick with another pick and make a big trade and get the center.
They could still do all
something.
That. They could still do
all that. There's the selfish part of all of us. Because here's the thing. Let me make a quick comp. You ready?
Can I do Valvoline first?
As soon as I hear the bell. Okay, yes, now.
All right. 7:17 in the morning on a windy Wednesday. You know what you could have done since the show started? Well, go see our friends at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a location near you.
Yeah. So here's a comp for you, George. You ready? Going into the NFL draft, none of us thought that the Rams were going to pick somebody that was going to be like some major impact player because we all look at the Rams roster and we go, really? It's kind of a finished product. It really is. Like, what do they really need? And what are they going to draft at 13? And how will that pick at 13 be a contributor on a Super Bowl caliber roster? Then all of a sudden, what do the Rams do? They take a quarterback, which, frankly, most people did not see coming. And then Sean McVay's not, jumping for joy himself in the post-draft press conference. So that turns into a story. So at least with the Rams, there was a storyline because they took somebody that we weren't expecting, and then that became sort of a mini controversy, and then it became a talking point for a week. For the Lakers, to your point, no one expected them to get a player at 25 who's going to come in and solve the problem at center. So it just was a very, what I would call an uneventful sort of a pick. That's all. And to your point, what did we expect? We didn't expect them to all of a sudden go from, their odds to win the championship next year being middle of the pack to all of a sudden jumping to the top. You're right.
Yeah, I just think that whoever you're adding, if you're going to keep this pick, which is still a very much an if you're going to keep this pick situation, I think that I think what you do is just figure it out. Like if you keep this pick, you figure it out with a kid who's got real tools to work with. That's how I would describe it. And he's already just someone who has a discernible skill offensively that should be able to let you put him on the floor fairly soon, is what I would say.
So I'm watching this draft last night, right? And I can't even believe that I'm about to tell you this. And I blame you exclusively, just so you know.
Only me?
Yeah. Oh, no. Only you. It's exclusive. Exclusive blame. 5 p.m. last night, I'm sitting in my room at the East Central Hotel watching this draft. And I'm going to myself, why am I doing this? Because the Lakers won't pick till 25. And if I do the math at 5 minutes in between each pick, I'm looking at like 8:15. I sat
The funny
there.
thing is, Andy Kamenetsky yesterday on the air, it's like, they're going to pick around 7 p.m. And I was like, well, that doesn't sound right. So when I finally came back here to the station after dinner, I look at DeAndre, I go, what are you still doing here? He goes, the Lakers haven't picked yet. We're only at pick 17. I go, oh, my God. And I sat here for another hour with him. Look at all the picks. By the way, I want to highlight what happened at 21.
With the 21st pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Kareem Lopez from Hermosillo, Mexico.
Now, that pick is reported to be traded to the Grizzlies, but Kareem Lopez is the first Mexican-born player ever selected in the first round of the NBA draft.
Wow, how
so
about
shouts out to that.
Yeah.
And earlier in the day,
awesome stuff.
I got
His dad was a pro and an international pro, but yeah, he was he's really good. This kid is only he just turned 18.
Wow.
Recently. Yeah.
So I had gotten some tweets earlier in the day that maybe could there be a chance that the Lakers take him? And I looked at mocks, like Andy likes to say, hey, man, here's where they're mocking.
Oh,
And it
really?
didn't look like he'd still be
Mocking, huh?
there at 25 or 24.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how it mocked.
Mm-mm. So you're pretty happy about this?
That Kareem Lopez got drafted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it would have been amazing if he was a Laker, but
Yeah.
that just wasn't going to happen.
Would have been a really good story. Here's my, since you wanted to highlight a pick, George, here's my highlight of a pick. I was talking the entire pre-draft about this young man who was at UCLA and then went to Michigan, Adai Mara, right?
Yeah.
You see he got picked by
Oklahoma City.
Okay. Think about that for a second, okay?
Now they have Chet and Adai Mara.
And will they still have Hartenstein?
Perhaps, yeah.
Think about that. They are essentially just taking dudes who are the biggest guys they can find because they know what we all know, which is you've got to contend with Wemby. And Chet Holmgren versus Wemby one-on-one is not really by himself a fair fight.
Right.
So we put out Hartenstein. Okay, that helps a lot. But what if we just got a Mara, 7'3" is what he's listed as, and he just goes out there and whacks away at Wemby, the Wemby whack, you know,
Whack a Wemby.
Yeah, right. So I was blown away by what Oklahoma City did because look, they're kind of like the Rams. They don't have a lot of spots on their roster where you go, they need this, they need this, they need this.
Yeah.
But you draft the biggest guy that's available to you.
Yeah.
And you've already got two of the biggest, baddest dudes going. And I say biggest, baddest, I mean, you know, Chet Holmgren, certain times he's good. But taking this guy Mara, 7'3", and stockpiling height, God, they're smart, Oklahoma City.
They are really smart. And they've got 1 million draft picks, so that helps.
7:22 on a windy Wednesday. Windy coming up later in the show. Obviously, he's got a lot of TV this morning with the NBA draft and night 2 ahead tonight. But Windy will join us. And when we come back in about 3 minutes, we're going to talk Dodgers baseball. Producer Lindsay Baseball is going to handle the Bergie 3 things because Bergie's got the day out today getting a medical procedure. All okay.
Oh.
He gets this every
Is it
year.
the rubber band thing?
Not the tuchus?
Not the tuchus.
Okay.
No. For the head.
That's unfortunate.
No, it's actually a good thing.
Oh.
It's a great thing.
I know,
actually.
but for us, from a content perspective, the more of his bloody situation, the better.
Yeah, maybe they'll check that too. Kind of like they fixed my nose when I was in a coma.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll fix while he's getting the one procedure, maybe they'll fix the other thing.
Yeah, you should tell him.
All right, but right now, speaking of health, Cappy, let's talk about the wellness company.
So I was watching the draft last night, and they went to a commercial break, and there was a commercial for the medical emergency kit, and it was Dr. Drew. You guys remember Dr. Drew?
Of course, K-Rock fame.
Yeah. So Dr. Drew was doing an ad for the medical emergency kit, and he was telling TV viewers what I've been telling all of our radio listeners and app listeners and YouTube viewers, you got to have one of these things because it's summertime. You and your family are planning on going on a road trip, hopefully. You're getting a little bit of time off. If you find yourself all the way across the country and one of your kids gets sick or you get sick, you're like, well, what do we do now? I don't have a doctor here locally. Why would you? I don't know what pharmacy to go to. What a headache this whole thing is. And if you're carrying your medical emergency kit, you've got a generic Z-Pack. You've got amoxicillin. You've got medications that you might need. And when you get sick, the faster you take the medication, the faster you're going to be on the road to recovery. This is such a genius idea. For every family should have one. Every kid going away to college, any kids going away to camp, any families vacationing, everybody should have a medical emergency kit. And the way you get it is you go to urgentcarekit.com/710. urgentcarekit.com/710. Use our promo code 710. You're saving $45. So Dave Roberts will tell you about the medical emergency kit. Dr. Drew will tell you about the medical emergency kit, and I'm telling you about the medical emergency kit. Get it today. urgentcarekit.com/710. 710 is the promo code to save $45.
Thank you, Cappy. We talk Dodgers baseball in 2.5 minutes from right now.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
East Central Hotel, the official downtown home away from home for Cappy and Morales. EastCentralHotel.com.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
The summer savings are heating up at George Chevrolet with great offers on the hottest Chevy models. It's Chris Morales. Right now, current eligible Chevy leases can upgrade to a new 2026 Chevrolet Equinox Active for just $349 a month plus tax for 36 months with $39.95 due at signing. Visit George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway at Lakewood exit in Bellflower or shop online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Equinox lease plus title, tax, license, registration, government fees, dealer.fee, update $5, and electric filing or registration fee if applicable. Lease for well-qualified lessees on approved credit through GM Financial and may require trade-in assistance eligibility. Offer at 7/6/2026. Call 866-949-4805 for full details.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Is there any better match than soccer and pizza? Our friends at Pizza Hut have 2 winning deals all summer long. Need a quick carryout before kickoff? Grab a large 1-topping pizza for just $9.99. Want more toppings or delivery? Get a large 3-topping pizza for only $12.99, available for delivery or carryout. So whether you're watching every minute or just tuning in for the big moments, Pizza Hut is the winning move this summer of soccer. Order today on the Pizza Hut app or go to pizzahut.com.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087. 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087 or simply visit tra.com.
Hi, this is Avner Gatt, founding partner of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Avner Gatt Inc. is your trusted Los Angeles public adjuster. Call me directly at 818-917-5256 for help navigating the complexity of your insurance claim. Now back to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Abner. 7:28, good morning. On this day, Cappy, in 1993, the #1 hit. H-Town, because they're from Houston, knocking the boots.
I want to be clear that I know that they're from Houston. That's why they call themselves H-Town.
Yes.
And knocking the boots became a very popular phrase.
Yeah, it did. Meanwhile, we are going to do NBA Insider and Outsider at 7:45, talking about last night's round 1 of the NBA draft. But right now, sitting in for Bergie, who's out today, but he'll be back tomorrow. We usually do Bergie's 3 things. You watch the Brew Review each weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. with Gregory Arthur Bergman. Marcus Grant, presented by LAX. Today was just Marcus and some other guy. I don't know who the guy was.
Who was the other guy?
I don't know, actually.
The OG, the other guy?
Yeah, maybe. So today, sitting in for Bergie.
Thank you.
Producer Lindsay Baseball is going to talk about how the Dodgers motorboated the Twins last night.
All right.
Yes, as you would like to say, Cappy, they motorboated them 12-3, 17 hits for the Dodgers last night. Great offensive showings. Alex Call, 2 for 4, the home run. Freddie Freeman's like heating up once again.
Yeah.
He went 3 for 5 with 2 doubles and 2 RBI. Andy Pajes, 3 for 5 with an RBI, 3 runs. So great night for the Dodgers. The Twins, they're finishing that today. They'll have the day off tomorrow, and then they're going to go to play Cappy's gutty little San Diego Padres.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to wear your Dodgers hat and sport your Dodgers bobblehead around your son Justin?
Well, I think I'm going to offer him that Mookie Betts bobblehead.
No, Dad, you can't. How can you root for the Dodgers?
Screw you, Dad.
Yep. I'm going to offer him the Mookie Betts bobblehead. I'll offer him the Ice Cube bobblehead.
I thought you gave that bobblehead to Trudell.
No, I did not give it to Trudell. The way Trudell asked me for it yesterday was like this guilty thing. Was like, Riggs broke his arm and he'd really love that bobblehead. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll have to get him.
He did break his arm. I saw the poor kid.
Yeah, those pictures last night. Oh, I don't know. You saw him, but Trudell did a post last night.
Mm-hmm.
It actually was kind of sad.
Oh, really?
It was like a picture of the kid in agony. I'm like, really? This is what we're doing?
Well, I think he's feeling a lot of guilt.
I was kind of surprised by that. I saw. So yeah, he broke his kid on. I mean, like most kids that age, it was a monkey bar accident.
Right. And I think Trudell was
Are
feeling
the
really
monkey
guilty.
bars still a thing?
Yeah, they're a thing.
They let kids on that? Those are dangerous.
Yeah. They are dangerous, but they've got like padded floors underneath them now, or sand.
Well, Riggs broke his arm. It can't be that safe.
Well, all I know is this. I think Trudell was feeling a lot of guilt because he was at a soccer match at SoFi, and the babysitter was calling, going, "Your son's in agonizing pain. His arm is broken in half." And then when they got him to the doctor, when the doctor had to reset it, the doctor had to do something that was real painful for the kid.
Right. They had to literally the doctor was an orthopedic, and he's like, "Look, dude, you can either have me do it here, and I'm an orthopedic surgeon, and I'll do it right the first time, or they can go to an emergency room, and you're not going to have someone who's a surgeon do this." So they were like, "All right," and they had to shove that thing back in place.
Yeah.
Bam!
And then the kid is just hysterical in pain. And if
they're
you've
not
ever
giving
been
the kid painkillers at that age.
No.
So he felt it all.
Oh, yeah. I've been there with my kids, when they've had broken bones when they were kids, and when you're in the emergency room and your kid's in agonizing pain, you want to say something like, "Calm down, relax. It's not life and death. It just hurts really bad." That doesn't exactly work. And then they snap that bone back, and you're like, and you feel the pain for your kid. But Lindsay, you mentioned Alex Call's performance last night for the Dodgers. He also hit his first home run of the season, and it happened to be in his hometown. He happens to be from the Minnesota suburban area, right around Minneapolis. So I don't know if everybody noticed.
Twin City kid.
Right. So when he was rounding the bases, I mean, he was a little extra emotional. It's his first home run of the season, and it's his first home run against his former team or against his hometown team. And, everybody that was in the dugout was kind of cheering and going a little nuts. So good for Alex Call, man. That guy, he's not one of the top stars on the team, so you don't hear about him every day. But guys like him and Freeland and these guys, George, they're playing. And they're making massive contributions. So good for that kid last night, going home and getting his first home run of the season.
It's like a mini radio Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's very nice.
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so my 3 things. That was just kind of a recap of the game.
Mm-hmm.
3 things. Start with Robleski. Maybe he's going to have a case to make the All-Star team. Got his 9th win in the season.
Yeah, I would say more than maybe.
I feel like he's like a solid All-Star pick. So he held the Twins to 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He went 7 innings, which I feel like the Dodgers, their starters tend to go maybe 5 or 6, not 6, 7.
Not 6, 7. Huh?
And so, it was a great outing for him. And the Dodgers also have the MLB best run differential with plus 133. I know George loves point differential numbers, so I wanted to get that in there. And they're back to number 1 in the power rankings. And Dave Roberts said they haven't played their best yet.
I wouldn't think that they have played their best yet.
They haven't.
They've got so many guys
injured,
hurt. And, But I will say this, it's interesting to watch a guy like Tommy Edman come back from injury, George, and he's just a guy in the middle of all of the action. He had an RBI that scored early in the game. Ohtani scored. But then, did you guys see what happened? I want to say it was in the 3rd inning. Edman hits a ball that goes to second base, and it's just a little tiny flare, and it's got a little bit of rotation on it, but the second baseman goes to pick it up and toss it over to the first baseman and throws the ball away. So Edman is safe, and a run comes in. I mean, it was like a little league play every kid should make every day long, all day. And the Twins wound up screwing it up. In fact, the announcers called them the Bad News Twins in that moment.
It was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Everything unraveled after that.
Yeah. Although, and there was another really great defensive play. A ball was hit out to left center. Pages goes to his right, and on the run throws the ball into the infield. Mookie gets the cutoff, and Mookie nails the dude at home plate. I mean, it was such a brilliant play by Pages and an amazing throw by Mookie. So there were a lot of interesting plays that happened in that game last night.
Well, you know what else is interesting, Cappy? Yesterday, MLB announced the All-Star fan voting updates for the second time. And you know who's in fourth place for second baseman is Hae-Sung Kim, and he's in the minors. Like, that doesn't happen. And he's pretty close to, like, so in first place, Ozzie Albies from the Braves. He's got, like, 970,000. The Phillies second baseman, Bryson Stott, is second with 800,000. And then you've got Milwaukee's second baseman, Bryce Trang. He's got, like, 740. And Hae-Sung Kim is not too far behind with, like, 660. So, like, the dude isn't even in the major leagues, and he's in fourth place. Like, there's a chance he could still make the fan vote if people step up, because it's not that far of a race so far. And I just thought that was crazy.
It would be hilarious if, like, the Dodger fans just come out in droves and just vote for him, and then he wins, and then he's in the minors. Like, what do they do in that scenario?
It's probably never happened before, I don't think.
Remember when we were kids? I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but when we were younger, you would go to the ballpark and they would give you a ballot.
It was the best.
You would literally fill out the ballot.
And you put it in the little box in the stadium. It was so great.
I presume now that it's just all, on your phone, right? Like, I don't think they do.
Online.
Yeah. But that's pretty funny that the Dodger fans have gotten this guy so close and he's not even on the Major League squad. That's pretty good.
And Ohtani, he's on track to lead all players in fan votes. Like, everyone, ever. For the first time in his career. So that's pretty cool. I hope that happens because, I mean, how can you not vote for Ohtani? Who's not voting for him?
Every fan base would be like, hey, you know what? I got to see this guy on my own. I got to see him pitch. I got to see him hit. And, yeah, I think Ohtani is universally loved, even though as a Dodger, fan bases of other teams probably hate him. But generally speaking, universally loved. Generally, universally. How's that work?
Generally.
I don't know about generally universally loved. At the very least, generally universally respected and awed at, right? Just because of what he's capable of. But, I mean, I don't think loved is probably a strong word. Like, I'm sure your gutted little Padre fans don't love him.
No, they don't. They probably also still think that, he should not be playing because of the gambling situation and, his little interpreter who got busted.
I mean, who's talking about that? I mean,
wow, that's quite a reach back.
Oh no, that's
still
people
a thing.
still hang on to these
That's still
things.
a thing. Anybody who's not a Dodgers fan,
right. They still hang on to it.
Yeah, I still have like my family group chat with my uncles and my brother and that's something that is brought up often.
Yeah.
Quite often. Anytime Shohei does something crazy, breaks another record, somebody has to make a comment like, well, if Pete Rose, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a gambling comment in there. You're right, Cappy. I just feel like we don't, you don't hear about it as much here because he did no wrong. Nothing. As far as Dodgers fans can tell.
That's right.
By the way, do they still have paper ballots? Or is that completely done away with?
No, it's all digital now.
Oh, I know for a while they did vote.
Digital, yeah.
Oh, that's lame. Really lame. All right, well, that's my three things.
Thank you, Lindsay. I'm very upset
with
that Dodgers-Padres because Stephanie, my girlfriend's never been to Petco Park.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her, we'll use the Cappy hookup when the time comes.
Okay.
But this weekend, we got too much World Cup activities.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time, whenever that is, I'm trying to get the schedule, but the next time Dodgers-Padres, I'm using that Cappy hookup.
You're going to Hey King me, huh?
Not only am I Hey Kinging you, we're also going to your house first.
Okay.
We're hanging out with Rachel.
Yep.
We're going to the Belly Up, even though I don't drink anymore. I'll drink soda water.
It's fine.
Oh, it's going to be a big weekend.
Yeah,
then we're going to go to Del Mar, and
well,
I want to see the Schwans up close.
Don't forget. Hey, listen, I'm telling you, the horse racing season in Del Mar is right around the corner, and everybody's invited to come down for a weekend for sure.
All right, when we come back, you want to do it? Let's go early. Why not? Oh, first, let me tell you that.
Yeah, let's step aside. So
yeah,
we
we're
can
going
do
to step
that.
aside.
I was going to mention the Kyle Tucker interview that was done by Dodger Insider, but we could talk about it
I'd like to hear about that.
I mean, it was fairly nondescript, but at least he was asked about his challenges thus far this season.
Okay, I'd like to hear what he had to say. Mm-hmm. And then I'll go read that article.
We'll do that at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Join Beto Duran tomorrow and Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa as the United States takes on Turkey, starting at 5 p.m. and leading up to the 7 p.m. Turkey A. Leading up to the 7 p.m. kickoff, enjoy drink specials, surprise giveaways, incredible food, and nonstop match day energy. I will be there. Beto and I sharing a churro around 7:30, I think. Rock your team colors and cheer with fellow fans all night long. Mercado Gonzalez, where every match tastes better. Coming up in about 3 minutes from right now, we will do NBA Insider Outsider. I think Lindsay and Cappy have got questions to ask the ball knower expert, George Shano, about the NBA draft and what the Lakers do next and all that fun stuff. But first, Cappy, let's talk about our friends at Cardiff.
All right, so look, you're driving around right now. You're a plumber. You're an electrician. You're in the HVAC industry. You maybe own a gym or a restaurant, whatever the case may be. Bottom line is, look, most of us that are small business owners, we all need more capital. Over 70% of small business owners are actively looking for more capital. You need more capital? We're going to help you get more capital today.
So what if let's say one of our fine listeners is listening right now and go, I love what Cappy Morales talked about Cardiff. my business could use more cash, but how do I do this? What's next, Scappy?
All right, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Cardiff, Cardiff, Cardiff.co/ESPNLA. And the reason you're going to go to Cardiff.co/ESPNLA is because you cannot walk into your bank and go, hey, I need to expand my business. I need to buy more equipment. I need to hire more people. I need a business loan. You're not getting business loans from banks anymore. They'll bury you in paperwork. It'll take forever. You'll never make it happen. So go to Cardiff.co/ESPNLA. That's the start.
So oftentimes when things sound too good to be true, that could mean it's not good. It could be miscreants trying to take advantage of people. But our friends at Carr have been doing this for a long time, Cappy.
Oh, my God. These guys have been in business for 20 years. They've lent literally over $12 billion. And their whole mantra, really, is we help small business owners scale because they need money. That's what we provide.
Cardiff.co/ESPNLA. Cardiff.co/ESPNLA. Cappy, they've been around the block for a long time.
They have. And here's the most important part of all of this. The application process will take less than 5 minutes. Okay? So this is going to be really, really fast. I could probably do this while I was driving. It's going to take you less than 5 minutes to get the application process done. That's number one. Number two, if you are in business for a year plus and your business has monthly revenues of $20,000 plus, you may be eligible for a $500,000 business loan. And the best part of it is it could be in your bank account today.
So that's how you qualify. If you're wondering how you qualify, that's how you do it.
Yep.
Cappy just told you. And if you need cash to grow and don't have time to waste, Cappy, you need to go to Cardiff.
No doubt about it. You're getting it now, man. I'm telling you, same-day funding, sub 5-minute application process, no impact on your personal credit. You'll have that money in your bank account today if you qualify. That's Cardiff. Cardiff is the solution. Cardiff, Cardiff.co/ESPNLA, Cardiff.co/ESPNLA. Good luck, small business operators.
7:41 on a windy Wednesday. When we come back in 2.5 minutes from right now, we go talk Lakers NBA draft, and we'll play a little NBA Insider Outsider, or whatever it's called, with Sedano next.
The personalities you know.
The teams you love.
Lakers are going to run some clock. Here's Smart with a 5-point lead. LeBron down the middle. Slam dunk. That could do it.
The teams you love.
The station you spend time with every day.
LA's mega sports station.
ESPN LA 710 and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. It includes a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, plus 24/7 roadside assistance. That's peace of mind from Hyundai. And these days, that's priceless.
Right now, for a limited time, lease a Hyundai Elantra for $199 a month or get $2,000 bonus cash. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Hurry, offers end July 6th. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Oh.
Join Beto Duran Thursday and Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa as the United States takes on Turkey in one of the summer's biggest matches. Rock your team colors and join fellow fans for an unforgettable match day experience. Enjoy nonstop game day energy, drink specials, surprise giveaways, and incredible food like fire-grilled asada tacos, quesadilla, fresh ceviches, and warm churros. Watch the match, celebrate every moment, and cheer with the entire Mercado. Mercado Gonzalez, where every match tastes better.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
Dang, I forgot the wakeboard. How am I supposed to enjoy myself without my favorite water activity? I mean, sure, we could still go tubing, fishing, or even just relax on a floaty, but without the wakeboard, what's the point?
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Hi, this is Sam Pines, partner at Good Karma Brands in ESPN LA. You're starting your day with Sedano and Kap. And Sedano, just to be clear, when we made those changes to the app, it wasn't to sabotage the show. I just knew you'd yell at Morales. And let's be honest, that's great radio. Also, serious question. If I get unsighted, can I join Phi Beta Kappa? Carry on, guys.
He's going to get you, Cappy. 7:45, good morning. Sedano loves the oldies on this day in 1969. Neil Diamond's song Sweet Caroline was released as a single. By the way, you heard Sam Pines there, station owner, partner. He told Cappy last night, sign that contract, sucker.
No, he didn't tell me.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't. He told you. After you backstabbed me.
No, listen,
he did.
I know there was documentation. He told you to sign it.
I'll show you what he said.
I already
know.
know.
Because I know how this goes. Hey, me and Cappy got together today. We had a nice conversation. It was really good. And then you said A, B, C, D. And then he started texting me A, B, C, D.
Sometimes people need a refresher on memory.
Bad guy. Bad guy.
All we're trying to do is protect you and protect the show.
I appreciate that.
It's the holdup, Cap.
Exactly.
It's all Chris's fault.
The vacation days, is it like, what is it?
It's the saga that doesn't end.
Come on, here we go. 1969?
Yeah.
Wow. Sweet Caroline. Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum.
Tune in this afternoon as DeMarco and Travis take the afternoon show on the road as part of LAFC's Summer of Soccer celebration. The guys are live from Bike Shed Moto Company in downtown LA, and this place is really cool. I actually might go to the barber there today because my barber in Orange is never available. She's too busy. They might take care of my bid right there. They got incredible food, 3 to 6 p.m., leading into LAFC's watch party for Mexico versus Czechia. Hear it on ESPN LA 710, the ESPN LA app, or watch live on ESPN LA's YouTube channel.
I've been to this place before. It is cool. Very cool. Yeah, really cool place.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Doesn't matter who you are, where you are. You hear this song, everybody does the same thing. So good. So good. Everybody does the bump, bump, bump thing. I can't believe 1969.
I know, 7:47, windy next hour. But the NBA Draft Round 1 happened last night in New York City. Time for Lindsay and Cappy to play a little NBA Insider-Outsider with George Shinato. Take it away, Linz.
Thanks, Christopher. Cappy, do you want to ask the first one, or you want me to ask the first one?
Yeah, I'll jump right in.
Okay,
what the
go
hell?
right in.
George, this young man that the Lakers drafted, Cameron Carr, he was originally in a lot of the mocks. Everybody's mocking it up. In a lot of the mock drafts, he was anywhere.
Let's go earlier.
Yeah, earlier. 11 to 17 was kind of the range. Falls a little bit down to 24. So you tell us, was there a reason? Or just the way the draft played out? What do you think? Why did he fall?
Yeah, I just think it's the way the draft played out. You know what I'm saying? More than anything else, right? Like, I think when you get past the lottery, I think teams start drafting for needs specific, right? Even late in the lottery, right? You mentioned Oklahoma City. They went Adai Mara, right? They also went and Oklahoma City made a trade for Brendan Sturtz, who from Iowa, right? They needed a shooter because they're probably going to lose Isaiah Joe. They've already traded Aaron Wiggins. So they're looking to replace someone there, right? So I think what happens is teams start going for need. And then someone like him, who's a little bit of a tweener, right? You know what I mean? He's not necessarily like a specific position. I think that, and he's more of an athlete, right, than anything else. I think that teams probably like say, yeah, we like him, but we really could use this, so we'll take that. And you know what I mean? Like that's just how it ends up playing out, and it ended up working out in the benefit of the Lakers.
All right, number 2 here, George. So everything I've read said that he's like, the prototypical NBA wing with a ready-made jumper, quote, but he also has defensive upside. So do you think that this means they're going to say goodbye to Luke Kennard?
No, I still think they're going to try to re-sign Luke Kennard. I think that they need someone who can contribute right away, and you don't know if this young man can contribute right away. You're hopeful that that's the case. I think it's possible. But I think that you've got a guy like that. You've got him under your own on your own cap sheet, right? So I think you can keep him, I think financially it's a lot easier to do that. I'd have to double check on that, so don't quote me necessarily on that. But I'm fairly certain the Lakers have the financial advantage with him, so why not take advantage of that? And you've already seen what his ceiling, well, perhaps his ceiling is with you in some of the most high leverage of situations. So if you can come to a reasonable contract with him, yeah, you would bring him back.
All right, George, I was thank you for that.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
To separate them, you know.
I was.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
I know, and it was really loud. George, I was reading last night that this young man, Cameron Carr, has the same agent as Luka. And I just wonder, you tell me, is that a coincidence that they drafted him? Or, you know, we all hear about Luka, the summer of Luka, the promises to Luka, what Luka wants, what Luka needs. Is this kid drafted maybe because of the relationship between Luka's agent and the Lakers?
So here's what I would say to that. I don't think one specifically has to do with the other, but what I would say is when you have a relationship with an agent like a Bill Duffy or like a Rich Paul, you are more inclined to do a deal with agents you are familiar with. Right?
Oh, my God. I don't know.
Especially because those agents in those two guys' cases will have high-end clients, right, that would fit your needs. So I do think while it plays probably a small role, I don't think it's the real, overwhelming reason why they took him. I'm sure they took him because he fell, because he has a skill set that they desperately lack. They don't have a ton of young athletes on this team that they can develop, particularly one that's more ready-made than Adu Thero, right? Adu Thero is more of a project, and I think that we've seen glimpses of it. This kid is more ready-made than he is, but I do think it helps. Sure, I wouldn't summarily dismiss that plays a factor. I just don't think it's the biggest factor.
Made that one.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Nice shot. Nothing but net.
So something that Pelinka and really everyone in the NBA has said that now, with the new cap system after the new CBA and everything, that player development is crucial to a team's success, right? But the Lakers have never really been one of those teams that have really developed these young guys. They, obviously have always traded for the most part.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Right. I would say, honestly, they did a really good job pre-Magic and Pelinka. I mean, all those guys ended up getting traded for Anthony Davis, and all turned out to be pretty decent players. But more recently, yes, they've had less of a hit rate with that, yes.
So do you think that using this draft pick to pick Carr is an actual philosophical shift for them and that they might be more committed to developing young players? Or do you think it's just kind of cover, it is what it is, we'll see what happens with him?
Listen, you have to develop players, whether that's via the draft or the G League or whatever. You have to develop players because you need cost-controlled contracts. I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter because everybody has to spend at least to a floor in the NBA. So no matter who you are, whether you're a playoff team or not, you have to find guys who are cost-controlled. I mean, they did a good job with that with Austin Reeves, obviously. But you have to find those contracts because as those salaries start to increase for your stars, you need to find players in the margins. And, so it is incredibly important that they find those types of guys, that they don't miss on first-round picks like Dalton Connect, that they hit on second-round guys or, G League guys. All that stuff is incredibly important because at the very least, the back end of your roster and maybe even the back end of your rotation needs to have some of those types of players.
Well, there you go. I needed to dribble.
Got you.
All right, so listen, George, I think most of us are under the assumption that Austin Reeves is going to be back. But given the player that they drafted, his size, his shooting ability, his athleticism, etc., could they have been thinking, well, what if Reeves takes off? This guy kind of could maybe fill that type of role? Any sort of a hedge against Austin Reeves leaving?
I don't think so. I don't believe that to be the case. I think they just need they need more bodies. And they need able and willing and athletic bodies. When you watch Houston, right, for example, or OKC or San Antonio, got a lot of live bodies, man, okay? And the Lakers don't have a ton of those live bodies. When their liveliest body is still 41 freaking years old, That's a problem. You know
I'm
what I mean?
41
so they
years
gotta
old.
Find live bodies. Thank you, LeBron. And I think that they have they found a live body here for sure, who happens to also have a discernible skill in shooting the basketball at a fairly high clip.
All right, last thing for me. You ready?
Yeah.
So I read this. Hey, this guy Cameron Carr, he actually has a connection to the Lakers.
Oh, yeah. George, do you know it? NBA Insider?
Chris Carr, his dad played in the league, and I believe was in the slam dunk competition against Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, and came in second in 1997. And I went just like this. Wait, did I just get this right? The dad played in the NBA, was in the slam dunk contest in 97, finished second to Kobe Bryant, who was with the Lakers. What's the connection to the Lakers? And that was the connection. He finished second in the slam dunk contest to Kobe Bryant.
Wait, you want to know what else it is?
Yeah.
Also, here's one that George might not even know. You know who else was in that same slam dunk contest, huh?
It was time for him to whip it out.
Darvin Ham.
Darvin Ham.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Darvin Ham. Yeah, you're right. Darvin Ham. Well, Darvin Ham, I remember winning the college slam dunk competition his senior year. But I did not remember him being in the 1997. I knew he competed in an NBA one. I just didn't know it was that one.
By the
he
way,
didn't get out of the first round.
Yeah, nobody remembered Cameron Carr's father also in the slam dunk contest because he finished second. So for the last 29 years, no one's ever walked up and gone, hey, you're the guy that finished second to Kobe Bryant. But when your son gets drafted by the Lakers, they find these little things, and the next thing you know, we're talking about it. But that's a distant relationship.
Dismount.
So I would say this, Cappy, too. If you look at it, Tom Haberstroh of Yahoo Sports actually did like a really cool story about how if you draft a NBA player whose parents played professional basketball, they have, on average, right? Like if you take Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry, obviously, and then you mix everyone that's ever, obviously the high-end guys are those guys, Domantas Sabonis, right? Like there's a bunch of those high-end guys, Klay Thompson. But if you throw them all into like, a bucket, on average, and this story was really more about Cameron Boozer, not necessarily about Cameron Carr. But on average, when you throw them all together, the kids whose dads or moms have any level of professional basketball experience, NBA or WNBA, have they exceed their general expectation coming into the league by nearly 25%. Wow.
Interesting study. Can't say I'm necessarily surprised, but that does make a lot of sense, right? Like, hey, if you're Michael Thompson and you produce a son, Klay Thompson, and Klay Thompson's success exceeds yours by, let's just use the number, 25%, that's not really shocking, but it's a very interesting study because the kid grew up knowing about what the father had done and worked hard or harder or changed his game to
and been around and probably had been around the game,
right?
Like on a professional level when
all
they
those
were a child.
Practices,
like. Right, and understood that, right? And so when you throw them all, like obviously Kobe versus his dad, I mean, is a huge gap, right? Same with Steph versus Dell, even though Dell was a pretty good player in his career. And then there are obviously guys who didn't make it or whatever. So when you average it all together, the average expectation, they exceed their expectation coming into that particular draft by about 25% of where the original expectation was.
Yeah, I could buy that.
On average.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Buy that thing.
I'll buy it.
It's pretty cool stuff.
Let's talk about, you see his beautiful face to my left. Let's talk about our friend. I saw him yesterday. Kind of standoffish to me yesterday. I don't know.
Really?
Well, he was with our guy, Andrew Policy, his agency guy, and I always rip him for not wearing socks.
I saw them walking the streets yesterday.
Yeah.
I was behind him a little bit, and I went, look at the guy next to Jacob with the no socks. With
Maybe he wears the
pants
socks
pulled up.
that are so low cut. Maybe he wears the socks that are so low cut you can't.
He don't wear socks.
Maybe, but he's definitely wearing his pants rolled up so that you can see that he's not wearing socks.
I think they're custom made pants, so they
really?
show more ankle.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Maybe
So he
guys have
doesn't
good
wear
ankles.
no-show because then that means his shoes probably smell pretty bad.
No, I don't know. I haven't sniffed his feet, but maybe next time.
Well, I mean, if he's wearing any like Chuck Taylors and he's not wearing socks, those things stink like Fritos, man.
All right, let's talk about our friend Jacob and Rodney.
Aren't we?
Yeah, midweek here in LA, Cap, you see more bikes on the road than ever. People riding to work, to class, grab lunch, trying to stay out of traffic. Maybe they're delivering your food, by the way, as an Uber rider, because traffic for the big soccer matches is unavoidable, right?
Yeah, it's true. But when a driver doesn't check a mirror, drifts into the bike lane, I see it all the time, opens a door without looking, the person on the bike is usually the one who takes it the worst. I mean, that's just the way it
bicycle
goes.
accidents can leave you with broken bones, road rash, shoulder injuries, and bills that start to show up pretty fast. And if they happen to you, call Jacob at 800-345-6789. Jacob and Bonnie's team can review the crash, deal with the insurance company, and help protect your claim, Cappy, while you focus on healing.
Now, the consultation is free. You can get a no-obligation case review, but most importantly, no fee unless Jacob wins. There's no out-of-pocket money, so you don't have to be fearful about that. No fee unless Jacob wins. So, George, let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah, don't let the insurance adjuster rush you into a low offer. Call Jacob at 800-345-6789 or go online at calljacob.com.
Thank you, Sedano. 8 o'clock at KSPN Los Angeles, Good Karma Brands radio station. When we return in 3 minutes, we will talk about that Kyle Tucker story. We teased it a little bit. Time to brief Cappy on it and get his thoughts. That's next on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
This summer, the world's game takes over ESPN LA.
From international showdowns to the biggest global icons.
Heading by Ronaldo! He is a sensation! It's the summer of soccer on ESPN LA.
Living and breathing the world's game this summer on ESPN LA.
Para Messi.
All summer long, soccer lives here.
The summer of soccer on ESPN LA.
It's Bethel Duran, and right now the summer deals are sizzling at Northridge and Wonders Toyota. Lease a brand new 2026 Tacoma for just $279 a month for 36 months plus tax. That's $279 for a brand new Toyota Tacoma. It's got to be Northridge and Wonders Toyota.
Lease based on 2026 Tacoma model 7146. Total SRP of $39,199. Lease and purchase amount of $29,007. $39.99 due at signing, includes first month's payment and $750 acquisition fee. Security deposit may be required on approved credit. Tax, title, license are extra. Excludes dealer doc fee of $80. Offer ends 6/30/2026.
Right now, there's a real demand for experienced brick and block layers. You can earn up to $55.10 an hour, plus full family health care, vision, dental, a pension, and annual pay increases. Not just a job, that's a future. The work, projects you could drive by and say, yeah, I built that. Plus free safety training, a union that has your back, and contractors ready to invest in you. Now's the time to join the International Union of Bricklayers and Allied Craftsmen Local 4. Call the Hall at 626-739-5600 or visit BAC4CA.org. Become a part of the best hands in the business.
Red card penalty. Score big with Waba Grill's new Red Card Combo for a limited time. A mini sweet and spicy chicken bowl, 3-piece chili crisp dumplings, and a side of what blaze sauce for that extra heat. Then kick it up a notch with our new Penalty Punch, a premium what beverage loaded with sweet mango popping boba. It's a flavor finish that hits the back of the neck. Get the Red Card Combo for $9.99. Only at Waba Grill.
Put it right in your mouth.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you have saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is the Angelica's Insurance 8 a.m. hour of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
Good morning, guys. This is Angelica, and this is the 8 a.m. hour of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA, presented by Angelica's Insurance. Every team needs a strong defense, and we got you covered at Angelica's Insurance. From auto and home to business and life, we have a plan just for you, even DUI and SR22 coverage to get you back on the road fast. Visit us at angelicas-ins.com for a free quote today. And now, the 8 a.m. hour of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show, powered by Angelica's Insurance. And Sedano, please pump the brakes, sucker.
The Angelica's Insurance 8 a.m. hour.
It is still funny. 8:05, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. I have two sets of, hold on. On this day in 1997, the number one hit, the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, The Impression That I Get, Sucker. By the way, we mentioned it's J.J. Redick's 42nd birthday. Also, happy birthday to Luke Kennard. He turns 30 years old today.
Wow, Luke?
Nice.
And JJ the same day.
Guess who else's birthday?
Tell me.
Lionel Messi.
Really?
39 years old.
Lionel Messi.
Yeah,
Lionel
Messi.
Messi.
Lionel. He's not Lionel Richie.
Whatever. I just call him Messi. Do you think he's having a little birthday party with like a little cake today?
Well,
little guy.
You know, you should bring him to the East Central. Sit him up on the hand one day.
Like Trudell?
Little Lionel Messi. Lionel Richie.
Lionel Messi.
Right. A duet.
Oh, well, you kept me out late last night. That walk. You walked me like a dog.
You needed it.
And then he's like, "Oh, you
walked him like a dog."
He's like, "Oh, you got to see this World Cup festival." I'm like, but he showed me the map. I'm like, "That's in Little Tokyo. It's 9 p.m."
Right.
It's like we're walking there, sucker.
Yeah. We walked up the hill.
By the way,
yeah.
Cappy, did you see? Speaking of the World Cup,
right?
Before you finished talking about walking Christopher like a dog,
the dog that he is.
So obviously the U.S. is advancing to the round of 32.
Mm-hmm.
But there is, a chart out right now of who their possible opponent could be.
Okay.
And right now, 36% chance it's Senegal. That's an opponent you don't want to see if you're Team USA. Like, they are really good. I don't know if that's who you want to see right out of the gate in the knockout stage. Algeria at 20%, Ecuador at 13%. Those are your top three. Austria will round out the top four because they have an 11% chance. Any of those other teams, I feel like they can beat. Senegal would be very, very difficult. They're a very good team.
But on the other hand, I mean, look, without being a soccer expert and only watching the World Cup every 4 years and not watching Premier League and barely watching MLS, okay, look, I'm just going to say this. Who do you want to see? You know, like, everybody's good, but I'll give you an example. Yesterday, George.
Yeah, but all the soccer people are saying don't see Senegal.
Okay, well, look, you got to play who's in front of you. You know, we can't choose our opponent. And if you were going to win, as you talked about, as Trudell talked about, you know, you're going to have to get through these teams like a Germany, like a Brazil, and you know, even a Portugal. I mean, what I saw yesterday out of Ronaldo. I mean, it doesn't really matter. First thing that has to happen for the United States is Christian Pulisic's got to get healthy. And whether or not
Senegal's in a very difficult group with France and Norway, and they've lost to both of them. But they're going to smoke Iraq, and they're going to be the third team that gets through. So in theory, right, it's supposed to be the U.S. got the third team there out of Group I, but the third team is actually really darn good.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it doesn't really matter though. Again, because I'm going to play who's ever put in front of me, and if the United States has a real chance to win or advance deep, then they got to get through, whether it was going to be Senegal or you mentioned a bunch of other teams. It doesn't really matter. They just got to get out there, and they got to keep this energy going because we've never – look, there was a time – I'm trying to remember what year it was. What was the year that Landon Donovan scored that incredible goal? 2008-ish? Does that sound right? I'll have to go look it up. But we've never had this sort of U.S. men's national team sort of energy in the country. And so, look, I got it. Senegal – I've not scouted them. I don't know anything about them. Maybe they are really good. But if you're the U.S., the most important thing right now is getting Christian Pulisic healthy. And in a game that is meaningless on Thursday night, you got to make a decision. Do you want to get him out there and play him a little bit? or do you want to just rest him because you got much bigger games coming up? And I guess it depends on how he feels.
I think you got to rest him. Yeah.
I think what you do is if he's 100%, and that's a big if, to me, you don't start him, and let's just say it's a 0-0 game going into the second half, you give him his run in the second half. I personally would want to try and protect him as much as I could. But you see, the thing about it is this, George, as much as Senegal might not be a great matchup for the U.S., you just never know what's going to happen in this World Cup. And yesterday was a great example. I was watching in the middle of the day, England against Ghana. Did you happen to see England-Ghana at all?
Yeah, it was a draw.
It was a draw. It was an unbelievable match because England, you could just see, England was overpowering Ghana, but they just couldn't get the ball in the net. And it seemed like the entire second half in particular was in Ghana's defensive end. And they were firing off shots, and they must have had 7 corner kicks in the second half. Ghana's goalkeeper made the most brilliant, incredible save, diving to his right, hitting the ball off of his right hand, and the ball must have bounced 30 yards off of his hand to clear outside of the box. And later in the game, this was unbelievable. Ghana has a chance to make a run, okay? And it's 0-0. This is like the 85th, 86th minute of the match. Ghana makes this run. One of their forwards goes running past the defense, and he's about to, it looks like he's going to score, but he takes one touch too many. And the goalkeeper for England comes out, and the two of them crash into each other. But the ball goes bouncing up in the air, and the Ghana offensive player is on the ground, and he goes to karate kick the ball, and when he does, he hits the ball, dude, and the Ghana player, his other player, his teammate, was standing in the way, and it hit him right in the grunion, okay? I mean, like, the dude was, like, in the air trying to jump out of the way so the ball could go through his legs, and instead it hits him right in the groin, and Ghana is unable to score because their own player defended what was an automatic easy goal. So Ghana just all heart yesterday, overmatched against England, and they find a way to score a point. So, again, Senegal might be a bad matchup. You just never know what's going to happen in these games.
So real quick, Sedano, I want to play something.
You just never know.
I want to play something for you. So now, and I know we're going to get to the Kyle Tucker story in just a moment. But
yeah, no, I do have actually one more soccer thing I want to ask Cappy, but go ahead.
So now when a goal is scored during a live show here at ESPN LA, this is the sounder that'll play. Light. So that is Cappy saying Coors Light. Because during the summer of soccer, the goals here on ESPN LA are powered by ice cold Coors Light. More goals, more celebration. Coors Light. Let's hear it one more time. Light. Look at that, Cappy.
That's funny.
That's my Andres Cantor, you know? That's my goal.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Andres Cantor is in a bunch of commercials right now.
Oh, man, that guy's making money. He like Charles
Cappy?
Barkley in the NCAA tournament. Ain't nobody making more money than Chuck. That's Cantor right now.
He is. Yeah, he's everywhere. Now, Cappy,
Yo.
how much, before we get to the Kyle Tucker story, because he did an interview with Dodgers Nation about his challenges this year, but how much have you kept up with the Scottish fans?
I've kind of caught up a little bit with a lot of the international fans, but the Scottish guys doesn't really ring a bell. Tell me what I need to know.
Oh, my God. You just need to Google this.
Is it all the like crazy drinking they're doing?
They have invaded every city, and every city that they've been in. So they started in Boston, okay? And, I mean, listen, Scottish people, Irish people, that that neck of the woods coming to Boston is, it's like coming home. You know what I'm saying? So I saw an interview on the news the other day that a number of the Boston establishments, right, were being interviewed about their beer consumption. And I saw this on John Oliver last week tonight. And he did like a little fun little story about it at the beginning of the show. And that the Scottish people, when they came to Boston, they asked like the local businesses, how would you equate their consumption? And they said 3 times what our St. Patrick's Day is like. I mean, these dudes are throwing it back in a big, big way. I mean, think about that. 3 times St. Patrick's Day in Boston.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, that's monstrous. So now their next match is against Brazil, and it's in Miami. So they've invaded Miami here where I'm at. They invaded a Marlins game the other day. It was like 10,000 of them.
Amazing.
At the game the other day. And they, like, drank the stadium dry. And they've been, marauding on South Beach, apparently, and just drinking. And, those places are loaded with liquor. I mean, they are just pillaging South Beach right now. And the Scottish fans will meet the Brazilian fans, which there's a large contingent here in South Florida. So it's going to be an event today at 3 o'clock Pacific when Scotland meets Brazil. And I would imagine the event won't just be on the pitch, is what I'm saying.
Listen to this. Here's a headline. Scotland fans drink Boston bars dry as Tartan Army descends for World Cup. You ever been to Disneyland and you look around and you're like, how the hell are all these people affording this? They got 10 people with them. They're all wearing the exact same family T-shirt, and they got every toy, and they got every soda. And you're like, how the hell do people afford this? That's my question. How do these people come to the United States and travel around? Like when you go to Europe, you're like, I'm going to go from this country to this country because, flights are pretty easy and the countries are really near each other. But these folks have come in from around the world, and they're in Boston one day and Miami the next day, and all they're doing is spending money and drinking like crazy. It's beautiful. Welcome to America, people.
Did you see Freddie, the German tourist who's went completely viral, and now he's got close to 1 million followers?
Yeah, he's the guy who's been trying out all the different American foods and stuff.
Right. And he's got invites from the White House to come visit. I guess the other day when he was in Kansas City and they were traveling somewhere and they were going to miss their flight, Delta saw his tweet, and so they personally escorted him to his gate, like George Sedano style on the tarmac, where they picked him up and took him to his gate so he wouldn't miss his flight. So he posted something yesterday where he was driving through rural Ohio and Pennsylvania, and he was basically saying this is old school, simple small town America. Anyone have any suggestions for things that we could do around here? And people were telling him to go to Amish country just because, whatever. And he was freaking out about the food. I guess they stopped and got some Amish pies and was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I told him he should go.
What's an Amish pie? What's in an Amish pie?
It's just any normal pie, but the Amish people are fantastic bakers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is that because they make those wood ovens?
Yeah. I don't know what they do, but they don't have the electricity. Maybe that is something to do with it.
So the guy this is the Breakouts fan star who's gone socially viral. This is his handle Freddie LA7?
Yeah.
Is that, okay, Freddie LA7. Yeah.
I think it's different on Instagram too, but he was interacting with people about well, what should we do up in this area? Everyone was telling him to go to Cedar Point. And I was like, is that a thing in Europe, amusement parks? Because I don't hear much about amusement parks in Europe.
I don't know. What is there? There's Disney Paris, isn't there?
Yeah, but I mean roller coasters and
I don't know.
Because imagine if you didn't know about them and then you go to you go on a roller coaster and you're like, wow, this is crazy.
I like Freddie's post. We just saw our first Amish people. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, they're coming at us on a horse-drawn buggy. Such a cool moment. I don't want to record them without their permission, though, so you'll have to trust me on this one. Yeah.
Listen, last time when we walked over to Dorothy Chandler, we saw a lot of Turkey fans, a Turkey A.
Turkey A, yeah. And I said, because Morales said something to me, George, these Turkey fans were walking towards us, and they were all wearing these Turkish jerseys. And Morales said, yeah, there's these guys from Turkey. And I said, Turkey A. And they all looked at me, and he's like, hey, you got to be careful, man. These guys will kick your ass. I'm like, I just found out about Turkey A.
You're saying it the right way.
Yeah, I just found out about Turkey A.
But they glared at you.
Right.
They knew you hadn't signed your contract yet.
It may have been the way I was
the reality is
back.
Yeah, the reality is back. I think in I want to say a couple years ago, the Turkish government requested that the United Nations change the country's English designation to Turkey A because that's actually how they pronounce it, and basically to distance themselves from the English word and the bird, of course.
Yeah, right. Evan did a whole segment about this the other day on Sportsman, because he didn't know, and he was confused. Did this happen a long time ago? When did they change the spelling and the pronunciation?
No, a couple years ago.
Yeah, and he was surprised by it, but everyone was like, yeah, I guess they wanted to differentiate from the bird. And also, there's one of the definitions in the English Oxford Dictionary is about being a failure, when you're the turkey.
Oh, yeah, like a jive turkey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from the 70s. What's up, jive turkey?
Well, you're
give me
a jive.
5.
You're a jive turkey.
Yeah, give me 10. All
right, ESPN LA's Summer of Soccer is coming to Pico Rivera this Saturday. Watch matches with us all day at the World Spirit Festival on a historic Whittier Boulevard. Cappy spent time on Whittier Boulevard.
Oh, big time.
ESPN LA and me, we're going to be on site noon to 7 p.m. with giveaways, great food, entertainment, family activities, and soccer fans from across the community. Saturday in Pico Rivera. Follow at PR_WSF for details. I think the great Dr. Monica Sanchez, city council member, friend of the station at ESPN LA, she might join us tomorrow in the Digital Hour, talk about all the fun stuff coming up Saturday in Pico Rivera. All right, I think we take a little bit of a timeout, and then we'll do the Kyle Tucker story. Wendy is buried in production meetings, so he's going to effort as soon as he can today.
Okay. You want to step aside? Is that what
Let's
you're saying?
step aside.
I like that. That's the right move.
Thank you, Sedano. All right, we've got 8:20 in the morning right now. Right now, it is time for, hey, it's me, Mario, and his latest Summer of Soccer report. Then we'll come back in about 3 minutes after that, and we will talk the Kyle Tucker story right here on ESPN LA.
It's time for your Valvoline Instant Oil Change Summer of Soccer update. Here's Mario Ruiz.
The 2026 FIFA World Cup reaches decision day today for Groups A, B, and C. As they wrap up their group stage, 12 teams will be in action, and for 10 of them, a place in the knockout rounds is still on the line. Group B kicks off at noon with Canada looking to hold on to first place against Switzerland, while Bosnia and Herzegovina faces Qatar. Then at 3 p.m., it's Group C, where five-time champions Brazil conclude their group campaign against Scotland, while Morocco takes on Haiti. The day wraps up with Group A action kicking off at 6 p.m. South Africa battles South Korea, while host nation Mexico faces Czechia in Mexico City. El Tri has already locked up the top spot in Group A, while Czechia will be fighting for their World Cup lives tonight at the legendary Estadio Azteca. It's also a special day for Lionel Messi, who celebrates his 39th birthday.
And that's your Valvoline Instant Oil Change Summer of Soccer update. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. From kickoff to the final whistle, performance matters. Keep your vehicle running strong. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a special offer and locations near you.
Here's something I learned firsthand. A lot of ERs don't have pediatric specialists. But did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles is the go-to for complex cases? When my son Danny had a scary fall and later developed Bell's palsy, other ERs called Children's Hospital Los Angeles for their guidance. Their expertise isn't just in-house, it's a resource for the whole community. When it comes to kids' emergencies, CHLA is the MVP that other hospitals turn to. Visit chla.org to learn more about their expert care today.
This summer's biggest football watch party experience is happening at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa. Catch every Mexico and USA match live, surrounded by non-stop game day energy, passionate fans, drink specials, surprise giveaways, grab fire asada tacos, slow braised quesadilla, fresh ceviches, warm churros, and more while you cheer on your team with the entire Mercado. Mercado Gonzalez, your soccer fan paradise this summer. Join us every Mexico and USA match at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa, where every match tastes better.
The summer savings are heating up at George Chevrolet with great offers on the hottest Chevy models. It's Chris Morales. Right now, current eligible Chevy leases can upgrade to a new 2026 Chevrolet Equinox Active for just $349 a month plus tax for 36 months with $39.95 due at signing. Visit George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway at Lakewood exit in Bellflower or shop online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Equinox lease plus title, tax, license, registration, government fees, dealer time fee, update $5, and electric filing or registration fee if applicable. Lease for well-qualified lessees on approved credit through GM Financial and may require trade-in assistance eligibility. Offer at 7/6/2026. Call 866-949-4805 for full details.
When we started Oakland Roots Sports Club, we needed a strong foundation. Gusto has had our back since day one, making sure every hire, every paycheck, and every player is taken care of. They're the team behind our team. With Gusto, we stay rooted and give Oakland the love it deserves. I'm Idris Argandawal, co-founder of Oakland Roots and Gusto customer since 2018.
See why 500,000 businesses trust Gusto for payroll, HR, and more. Get started for free at gusto.com/roots.
In sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper, so knowing the person and the skills behind the resume matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show, weekdays at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
Violated. I was violated for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
First time in your life?
First time in my life. That's out.
I go, no, that's like a good Wednesday for Cappy and I.
But it is painful.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show, weekdays at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
8:24, good morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Bergie's out today. Not taking care of the rear, but more the head. Yeah. We'll see. He'll be back tomorrow. On this day in 2000, the number one hit, Enrique Iglesias. Be with you, Cappy.
You're not going to say the great Enrique Iglesias?
The great Enrique Iglesias.
If Trudell were here, he'd be like, great.
How about Trudell's disrespect of Johnson?
I know. I texted him, as you saw. I had to text him the first few lines of Sakata's Wikipedia. Guy's won 2 Grammys, dude. What are we talking about here?
He was he really got very defensive, Trudell, yesterday. Once Morales went on the offense and was like,
well, Morales definitely went over the top, but that's not
why.
But I mean, I appreciate you defending Sakata's honor, but it didn't have to be that serious.
Well, he pissed me off quickly.
It didn't take long for Trudell to change his tune. No, he's awesome. No, I love him. He is great. He is.
Yeah,
he's
but
awesome.
listen, Enrique, I mean, it's hard. Like, I don't think he didn't top his dad, right? Like, in regards to, like, popularity. Now, many, maybe our Anglo-Saxon friends are not as familiar with Julio's career. But Julio, it was an international superstar at a time where, you know, like, it's not like we were as connected as we were, you know, now. Like, this guy was like 70 years old, and women would be throwing panties on the stage, you know.
Yeah.
For
And hola to all the Anglos out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
But
All of our Anglo brothers.
Enrique did pretty well for himself. I mean, he was for a while, he was a pretty big star there, Enrique Iglesias.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure if he decided to make music again, he'd probably do pretty well. But yeah, I mean, the Iglesias family, a very talented family.
Here's
there's
Julio.
Pops.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah.
I want to throw my panties right now.
Yeah, he was a smooth brother right here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I mean, he was, I mean, that is exactly the way to describe it.
Yeah.
He was a smooth brother, for sure. I mean, if there are Hispanic people listening now, their grandmas and maybe even their moms were definitely super into Julio Iglesias.
Grandmas threw the granny panties up on the stage, huh?
No, well, they weren't granny panties back then, I'm sure.
Listen, I don't mind a pair of granny panties once in a while.
Big old granny panties, man.
Julio's 82, man. Still around. But he was, and a handsome brother as well.
Yes, he was. Yeah. Well, granny panties, though, back in the day, there really weren't many options. You know, there weren't thongs back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, now what would we do
And by the
without
way, so Julio,
right?
I'm trying to see how many.
Granny panties.
Sold over 300 million records in 14 languages, apparently.
Oh, really?
So Julio was that.
Well, I like mystery. Sometimes, you know, I don't want the story to be told too quickly.
Hey, Cap, did you know?
Yeah.
Songs were invented back in 1939 when New York showgirls wore them at the World's Fair.
Is that
Oh,
right?
who knew?
That's right.
There you go, Cappy.
I just feel like in the 80s, only really like dancers wore them. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, is Funchy coming on in the digital hour to give us the YouTube chat in 60 seconds?
I hope so.
Or he does only do that like twice a week?
We'll find out.
Meanwhile, 8:27 on a windy Wednesday. Windy is buried in production meetings. We'll try to effort him.
So let's do Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, let's do the Kyle Tucker story here.
So, Cappy, Kyle Tucker spoke to Carrie Osborne of Dodgers Insider, okay? And, you know, she wanted to ask him, like, hey, you know, things haven't necessarily gone the way that you expected them to or whatever. You know, can you explain kind of your mindset, you know, if, you know, how that, you know, is it changed? Is it unchanged? Basically, he said the most basic of basic things, right? Like, hey, I'm focusing on playing well, putting together quality at bats, blah, 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 contributing defensively, yada, yada, helping the team, whatever. And here's the direct quote. When asked if he focuses on any of the, you know, chatter surrounding him, he says, no, I don't take it like that. I just go out and play, regardless, no matter where I'm at or what I'm doing. I just go out there and try to play well. I try to get good at bats. I try to play good in the field. And I just try to help my team win. He expands on that particular thought. I want to make sure I find that quote because it's a little further down here. He says his focus remains on repeating successful adjustments over long stretches. It's been maybe an at-bat or two or like one game where it felt fine or something, but not for long durations of a game or time. Talking about his challenges when she kind of pressed him a little bit. There have been some at-bats where I'm like, oh, that was good. Hopefully it'll translate for the next at-bat, the next game. And then it kind of doesn't. And then I'm back there at kind of square one trying to figure it all out again. He talked about this was the day he went like 2 for 4 or whatever. He's like, today was pretty good overall. I just got to come back and do it again tomorrow. So clearly he's scuffling a bit, and he's willing to talk about it, which I think is healthy personally. But it seems like what you and I talked about a couple days ago, that there's a real adjustment. And baseball, much like golf, much like kicking, right, what you did for a long time, is very mental. Baseball at the plate, much like those other sports, very, very much mental, and that you can get in your own head fairly quickly, good or bad, potentially.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was listening to a conversation that was being had yesterday by DeMarco and Andy Kamenetsky, and ACAM brought up a really interesting point, that if you look at Kyle Tucker's splits, he's performed much better on the road than he has at home. And Berge was in on the conversation, and Berge was saying, well, you would think that on the road he'd be getting a lot of hate from fans because he's making so much money and he hasn't really performed. To which I would say, I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think so at all. Like, I would say that if you're in Minnesota playing against the Twins, the likelihood of the Twins fans going, there's that Kyle Tucker. That guy's making $60 million a year and he sucks. So we're going to boo the hell out of that guy. No, he's not a villain. He's not a bad guy. He hasn't said something about your mom, okay? He hasn't insulted your sister. All I'm saying is that the guy hasn't performed based on the amount of money that he makes. So what DeMarco had brought up, and I thought he was actually right on, is you have this pressure on you when you're playing at home.
All right, hold on, stand by.
Wait a second.
We got breaking news here.
Oh, wow.
Let's go to our breaking news desk. And one, producer Lindsay Baseball. Go ahead, Lindsay.
Yes, according to Shams Charania of ESPN, Lakers star Austin Reeves intends to sign a 4-year, $185 million max contract to return to the franchise with a player option for the final season in 2029-30. Sources tell ESPN Reeves declined his $14.9 million player option for the new max deal.
So there you go. Breaking news on ESPN LA. Powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home with a 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com.
So he does sign the max deal, Cappy, but not for the full 5, for 4.
Okay, I had to stop talking about the Kyle Tucker thing and get out my phone and go to my calculator. $46.25 million, Lindsay. If the number, and I may have rounded.
That's on average.
Right. Yes. $185 million over 4 years, right? 46.25 average over 4 years. Wow. Lindsay, you may have to look this up, but last year when Luka signed his extension, I want to say it was a 4-year extension. But I wonder now, George, is Luka's 4-year extension starting now, or did it start last year? Meaning, would Luka...
No, it starts now.
Okay, so think about that for a quick second. Luka has a 4-year extension starting now, and Reeves, rather than signing for 5, signs for 4. So now Luka and Austin Reeves are contractually aligned in terms of the length of their respective contracts.
Correct.
That's really interesting to me because we talk a lot about contracts that are ultimately movable. I don't know that this is what you would call a movable contract. This is a commitment contract. This is a contract that says we, the Lakers, believe that Luka and AR are the 2 stars of our franchise, and everything is about these 2 guys going forward. Because that's the sort of financial commitment you're making to them. Wow, I'm kind of surprised.
Surprised by
the numbers.
How so?
I thought that the Lakers could have tried, and maybe they did not. Maybe they did. Maybe this is what the result was. But I would have thought that the Lakers would have tried to get Austin Reeves for a more what I would call organizational friendly number.
Sure, I'm sure they tried. But Brad Turner told us weeks ago that this was going to be the result.
He did. That is right. He did caution us for sure. Wow, 4 years, 185, averaging $46.5 million a year. And if you're Austin Reeves, think about where he was when he came into this league.
So I would imagine the contract will start in the $42, $43 million range.
And then get up to the close to $50 million range.
Yeah, like somewhere. Yeah, right. Correct. Yes.
So Bobby Marks just tweeted, 5 seconds ago.
What do you say?
Yeah.
The Reeves agreement has no impact on the Lakers' cap flexibility this summer. The Lakers' projected room takes into account Reeves' $20.9 million cap hold. He will
Correct.
sign last after the Lakers exhaust room, and he's getting $41.3 million in the first year.
Okay. All right. So 185 over 4 when you get 41 in year one. So you got to figure it's probably 41, 44, 47, 50. These are just me, projecting round numbers or trying to. Wow. That's pretty amazing.
Well, hey, you see what the Hawks just re-signed, or not the Hawks, Washington just signed Trae Young for.
Right.
Kind of a deal, right? Because he got a lot of money.
The Trae Young deal definitely didn't help the Lakers' cause, for sure, because I would take Austin over Trae Young.
By the way, I saw Perk this morning talking about Washington, and, they had the number 1 overall pick. They took A.J. DeBonsa, and as Perk was saying, you put him together with Trae Young and Anthony Davis, and you've got a ready-made playoff contender.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know if they're a contender to win the Eastern Conference. I mean, to make it into the postseason.
I feel like Perk, I love Perk, but I have disagreed a lot with what Perk has said over the last couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You better be
I mean,
careful.
listen,
man.
reasonable people can disagree.
Yeah, reasonable people can disagree, Cap.
I never really thought of it like that. I always thought of us as being unreasonable when we all disagreed. But okay, I'll go with that. So, wow, this is. I'm glad you guys did break in the middle of this Kyle Tucker rant.
Well, and the funny thing is, First Take is still in the middle of their Mad Dog Russo produced segment.
Mm-hmm.
So I will, when they start to react, and Stephen A. has something to say, we will break in with that audio as well.
Yeah, we'll pot him up. Yeah.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we step aside?
Why? We could just keep talking about this.
Well, we could get a break in and get a read in and then come back and reset. But let's stay here then for a few moments.
Yeah, look, I think, Cap, I'm with you. I think that, long term it would help the Lakers build around Austin Reeves and Luka if he took less money. But I tried to, I was playing the devil's advocate argument with you, I think recently, right? Just a couple days ago, where I was like, what incentive does he have when this could be his one true bite at the apple,
Yep. I remember us talking about this, and I was kind of going back at you saying, well, if he got $38 million a year rather than $46 million a year on average, the difference of that $8 million doesn't change his life. You fly private jets.
No,
but
here's the thing, and I would turn it around on you. Would you take that less money? Would you take less money?
Well,
all things. I mean, we're literally joking about you being in a contract negotiation, right?
I mean, if we really aired out details, don't you think that I'm
we don't have to air out details. I'm just saying, would you take less money
You're
if
not
you had
taking
the
less
chance?
money.
Yes, I am.
If you had the
you're
chance,
not. Do not imply that. That's ridiculous.
No, sir.
Okay, stop. Hold on. Would you, if you had the chance, to make the most money, and you know that there's a pretty good chance that they would give you the most money that you wanted, you would push to make the most money, would you not?
I would, but if, and this is a big if, because I don't know that this all happened. Like, I'm under the assumption that the Lakers go to Austin Reeves and they go, Austin, listen, you're eligible for a 4-year, $185 million contract. That's what you're eligible for.
Well, actually, he was eligible for 5 years, $240 something.
Okay, so let's play that out. The most we can pay you is a 5-year deal at $240 million. And Austin comes back and he goes, well, you know what? I'd like to be on the same page with Luka. Let's do a 4-year deal rather than a 5-year deal. Okay, great. On a 4-year deal, you could average $46.5 million. Congratulations. That's what we could give you. That's the most money we could give you. But, and again, I don't know that this conversation was had. I would have thought it would be.
I would say I'd be fairly confident that was probably discussed.
Right.
Yes.
So the discussion would go like this. Austin, you could get $46.5 million on average over 4 years. However, it would really help us build the franchise and build the roster if we could get you down to that $35 million range. So now you're asking him to take an $11 million pay cut with the promise that we're going to build a roster to help you win a championship. Now, here's where Austin would battle back. You ready, George? Mm-hmm. You guys didn't ask Luka to do that. Luka got the most amount of money that he could get, didn't he? I mean, did Luka leave money on the table, or did Luka get what Luka could get? That was a question.
Luka got every penny. Yes.
Right. So now you're saying to me, hey, you're our number 2 guy. this is what you could make, but you're asking me to take a 25% discount for the good of the team. I mean, I guess from Austin Reeves' perspective, I might say, why would I do that? But to me, $46.5 million for Austin Reeves, congratulations to him. He just went from making $14 million a year to making $45 million a year in the snap of a finger. How many people do you know in your life that when they go to their boss and they ask for a raise, they get a multiple of 3? Nobody gets that.
Right.
So it's an amazing thing for Austin Reeves. Is it an amazing thing for the Lakers? And I'm massive Austin Reeves fan. Love the story.
Yeah, he's a great guy, great player. We've talked about it. He's probably the greatest undrafted player ever now,
right.
Arguably.
And the thing is this.
Wait, just so you know, that contract, according to Shams, is the richest contract for an undrafted player in NBA history.
That's incredible.
Right, no,
so
for sure. But there will be someone that will surpass that at some point probably too. But yes. The answer, no, he's in the conversation on a very short list.
But
yes.
Good for Austin Reeves. Like I'm happy for him, the person.
Yes.
And I hate to do what I'm about to do, but I'm going to do it.
Uh-huh.
He was hurt at the end of the year, and he rushed his ass back through injury to get back on the floor in that Houston series. In game 1, he wasn't great. He scored 20-plus points, but he wasn't great. And he wasn't really who he was during the regular season in the postseason. So we can all sit here and criticize the last 2 years in the postseason and say he's not built for it. He hasn't been successful. He gets ragdolled and thrown around. He's not physically tough enough. You can say all of those things. I'm going to give Austin Reeves a lot of credit for hustling back and sacrificing his body so that he could try to help his team win. But because he didn't perform well, and I don't know what we were all expecting given the injury and the time off, he did not have a good postseason. It was okay. It wasn't awful. He didn't kill the Lakers, but he wasn't awesome. And so that's kind of my lasting memory, is that the last 2 postseasons have not necessarily been great. Regular season, amazing. Times that Luka's out or LeBron was out, hey, they asked him to carry the team, and at times he did. But I'm just, this number is really, really big for a player who we've seen in the postseason now struggle for the last 2 years. Do you agree with that, or do you disagree with that? Big number for a guy who's had these kinds of what I'll call postseason struggles. And again, all the credit for coming back.
How about this? I'll tell you on the other side.
Ooh.
All right. I like that. I like the tease there.
Mm-hmm.
Cappy, I'm wearing the Pizza Hut hat. Let's talk about our friends at Pizza Hut. We were glad to have them in yesterday for a little treats for the staff.
I'm going to tell you guys something right now. There's a lot of really good pizza places, but Pizza Hut is amazing. Like, it is. I'll put it up against anybody. I know that sounds crazy. They were in here yesterday. They had these lemon pepper wings, George, that were out of this world. And then the pizza was
Even
so
Trudell
good.
was sucking on those wings.
Oh, the pizza was so good yesterday. I had this pepperoni jalapeno, which was amazing. Then I had a Supreme, which had like pepperoni and sausage and ground beef and green peppers and onions. And mushrooms. It was really, really great. So, hey, soccer fans, with the world's biggest tournament being here, Pizza Hut has 2 great deals, and they're ready for every match. Here they go. If you're picking up the pizza yourself, grab a large 1-topping pizza at Pizza Hut for just $9.99 carryout. Or if you need a little bit more on that pie, get a large 3-topping pizza for only $12.99, available for delivery or carryout. So whether you're hosting friends for a watch party or you're just catching the match with family, Pizza Hut makes game day easy. From the opening whistle to the final minutes, Pizza Hut is the perfect teammate for every big moment. So how do you do it? You order at pizzahut.com, or you go on the app. Is even easier. The Pizza Hut app is so easy to use, even a guy like me can use it. pizzahut.com is also there. You can take advantage of these limited-time tournament deals. 2 great deals, 1 great place for pizza, and the Pizza Hut pizza is out of this world. Pizza Hut.
Thank you, Cappy. We continue to react to the breaking news of Austin Reeves staying with the Lakers in the biggest offseason in Lakers history, and we'll pay off that Sedano tease next. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We're back in 3 minutes from right now.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, where change is in the air. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
You want to talk about a winning locker room? Rotolo Chevrolet is stacked.
That's the goal, Travis. Build a team that shows up every day ready to win for the customer.
And you trust them to do it.
100%. When your people know you've got their back, they take care of everything else.
That's why people like me keep coming back. It's not just buying a car, it's an experience.
Exactly. Great people, great culture, and we make every customer drive away happy. Come see us in Fontana off the 210 freeway at Sierra or online at rotolochevy.com.
Right now, there's a real demand for experienced brick and block layers. You can earn up to $55.10 an hour, plus full family health care, vision, dental, a pension, and annual pay increases. Not just a job, that's a future. The work, projects you could drive by and say, yeah, I built that. Plus, free safety training, a union that has your back, and contractors ready to invest in you. Now's the time to join the International Union of Bricklayers and Allied Craftsmen Local 4. Call the Hall at 626-739-5600 or visit BAC4CA.org. Become a part of the best hands in the business.
Hey guys, if you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that could last for weeks. Getting sick right before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy can be really stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Packs to treat wide ranges of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick, at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. You just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook, or you call the telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your bed sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. Save $45 with our promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710. Promo code is 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
Thanks again for taking me to the game, man. I can't wait to get in there. By the way, what's in the bag?
Oh, I bring my own hot dog and peanuts. Saves a ton.
Savvy. And what about the beach chairs?
Why buy seats when you can save big and bring your own?
We can't get in without tickets.
Tickets? What do you think the portable TV is for?
Don't save money pretending to go to the game. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
It's time for the Wild Fork Foods Yacht Rock Song of the Morning.
It's time for the Wild Fork Foods Yacht Rock Song of the Morning on the Sedano Kap Morning Show.
Wild Fork, your neighborhood meat and seafood market.
Now, he's put on his captain's hat.
I am the captain. This is the captain's table. The captain sits at the captain's table.
Captain Condiment has the Yacht Rock all queued up.
Now.
Oh, how about a little El Giro on a windy Wednesday, 8:47. Good morning. We are reacting to the breaking news. Austin Reeves is still a Laker, Jack. Thanks to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, our sponsor of breaking news. Windy is dialing in, hopefully in the digital hour, to react on this live with us as we get ready for the Rich Eisen Show, top of the hour. Terrestrially, we continue on YouTube and the app. Cappy, let's play off the tease with Sedano here.
So, George, I'm just saying that as much as I love Austin Reeves, 4 years, $185 million, contract that starts at $42 million-ish and winds up ending at $52 million-ish 4 years later.
Right.
I'm happy for him. I really am. I question whether or not this was the right financial package for the Lakers. Not him as a player. I want him on the team. I just question whether they've spent too much on Austin Reeves.
Maybe. But time will tell, Cap. I don't have – it's not a great answer, but time will tell because I think a lot of it is going to depend on where the cap goes, right? And not you in this particular case. Where the salary cap goes in the NBA. There could be 2 new teams popping up online in a couple of years, which means there'll be more revenue, which means the salary cap will grow, which means a bunch of contracts that look maybe a little bloated now won't be as bloated moving forward. So, it's a complicated answer. I don't have – while I would tend to agree with you, yes, it would be nicer if the Lakers had a little more wiggle room. Now, to Bobby Marks' point, it doesn't affect them this summer, but it could – make things a little more challenging moving forward. But maybe that is something the Lakers are factoring into the equation.
If I'm Austin Reeves, look, it's really nice to get paid. I'm still a very young guy, and I've got a lot of basketball in my future. The money will be in my bank account. It will earn, even at a lower interest rate, it will still earn a lot of money, especially when you got millions and millions and millions of dollars. The money will be there years from now. And the lifestyle, the private jets, the yachts, the international homes, all those things that you can have in your life when you're making $50 million as an NBA player, that will all be there. What I'm getting at is this. In the immediate future, if I'm Austin Reeves, I've spent my life thus far proving the critics wrong, proving the doubters who said he's too slow, too skinny, too white, too everything. He's all these things that he can't be. He can't be a star in the NBA. Guess what? Now, you have to take it to the next level because you will be judged differently as a $14 million a year player. At $14 million, George, guess what? He's awesome. At $42 million a year, you got to live up to that money. And if I'm him, he's heard the criticism, hasn't performed in the postseason, physically maybe isn't ready for it, wasn't built for it, gets thrown around. I'll do everything humanly possible to dispel everything that people think about me currently, especially those that think I was overpaid. Do you think that's something that Austin Reeves should hear? Do you think that sort of rant is something that he should hear and go, amen, brother, like that kind of a thing?
Probably. But, again, I just think that it's going to be one of those situations that, yes, on the surface, I think it could be challenging for a bit, but maybe because I'm trying to think. So we've got – if those teams come online in the 28-29 season, that's 2 years from now, which means the salary cap situation for 2 summers from now could look different potentially. Yeah, it may not be – it may really just be something that inhibits you maybe for like a year,
Yeah, but this was supposed to be, and maybe it still is, this is the summer of Luka. This is the summer of the turnaround.
Right, but it doesn't affect them this summer because, to Bobby Marks' point, his salary cap number is still only at $20 million. So they can go and load up with what they need now, and then he gets tagged on for accounting reasons later.
Look, I'm gonna yield to Rob Pelinka and this new staff of assistant general managers and capologists and all these other things that the Lakers have finally decided to hire. So instead of running like a mom and pop shop, these guys are actually running like a modern day NBA franchise. I will yield to all of you who are in the industry and who are experts. All I'm trying to say is that this seems like a lot of money for a guy who, over the course of the last 2 postseasons in particular, has not performed as well as he did during the regular season. That's all. Like, if he was not really that great in the regular season, but oh my God, he was spectacular during the postseason, I guarantee you my entire opinion would be opposite. He's a clutch guy. He comes up huge in the big moments. He's worth every penny. Right now, I've got that attitude of he's a really, really, really good regular season player, particularly at $14 million a year. He got to take his game up, not 1 notch, 2, 3 notches, because they just paid him 3 times what he was getting paid.
No, listen, I'm with you. I get that part of it. I am 100% with you in that regard. But, that's something they're going to have to kind of hope that he does internally. You know what I mean? Like that gets done with his own play, like that he can disprove those doubts that may be seeping through.
Right. Hey, look, Austin, what are the things you need to work on? Well, I need to become a better defensive player. Great. We're going to work on that. What else? Well, I have to work on whatever it may be, footwork or shot making, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever it is that he needs to do to get himself better, to go from a $14 million a year player to a $42 million a year player, bro, do it. But the defensive end, that's the problem for me, is now you have 2 really high-end scorers and your money is wrapped up in two guys that virtually play no defense. And by the way, George, I want to tell you something. I feel dirty right now. I feel I do.
How dirty?
I feel very dirty.
Like Geeter, dirty boy?
Not like dirty mouth boy. I just feel like I feel bad in saying the things that I'm saying about a player who I actually love.
But now you know how I feel every single day when I talk.
Gosh, you're a dirty boy.
Dirty boy.
You cochino.
Right, so dirty. You know? Like I feel like I love Austin Reeves. I think Austin Reeves is a great player. I'm concerned that you've now given a boatload of money to a guy who is, in my opinion, he's one-dimensional right now.
What were you going to do?
Well, that's just it. I mean, they were
You
going to
really were going to show him the door?
No, you were going to keep him. You were just going to try to get what I would call a more team-friendly deal.
Maybe they did try, and he said no.
Perhaps.
Maybe he said no. Maybe he said, you know what? I'm going to tell Shmuley Pines no.
Yeah,
and I'm going to try to keep negotiating and squeezing every drop out of that lemon that I can.
Yeah, maybe that's what he did.
But you got to understand leverage. He had a little bit, maybe more leverage than other people.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, I suppose. I guess.
You know, leverage is important in these conversations.
I mean, who
no question about it.
Was anybody? I mean, look, were there teams that were interested in Austin Reeves? I mean, we'd read reports that Brooklyn was interested in Austin Reeves.
Chicago.
But does Austin Reeves want to go play for franchises that are not even
Detroit?
Remote. Well, Detroit's a different story.
Maybe he likes playing golf with John Ireland here in Mountain Gate.
That is certainly a possibility. It's a nice golf course.
And LeBron's a member now.
Yeah,
ran into Big Shot Rob the other day during the NBA Finals, and he was talking about how he can't golf because of his shoulder, but that James Worthy, Big Game James, and John do it every day, to your point, at Mountain Gate.
You know who I ran into the other day? I ran into Rams tight end.
Oh, I was going to say to tell us on the other side, but
Okay,
never mind. You spoiled it.
No, I didn't spoil it. I haven't told you who.
Well, we'll do that.
Rams tight end, ...
Right.
Plus, we'll get First Takes reaction. They're about to do the Austin Reeves stuff. Wendy is going to make time for us in the digital hour. I know he's a busy, busy man, especially with night 2 of the NBA draft ahead. And now the breaking news, by the way. This segment, part of the Morning Wood, thanks to our friends at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-6224 or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. We get ready for the digital hour on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. If you're listening on the app, the Rich Eisen Show begins on the Listen Live tile. Switch over to the Sedano and Kap tile if you want. Do whatever you want. Or you can listen to us on demand anytime on YouTube and on podcast. Jack, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. What are you smelling in there, Cappy? That's...
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
The summer savings are heating up at George Chevrolet with great offers on the hottest Chevy models. It's Chris Morales. Right now, current eligible Chevy leases can upgrade to a new 2026 Chevrolet Equinox Active for just $349 a month plus tax for 36 months with $39.95 due at signing. Visit George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway at Lakewood exit in Bellflower or shop online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Equinox lease plus title, tax, license, registration, coverage fees, dealer time fee, update, $5, and electric filing or registration fee if applicable. Lease are well qualified lessees on approved credit through GM Financial and may require trade-in assistance eligibility. Offer at 7/6/2026. Call 866-949-4805 for full details.
If you run a small business, you know that opportunities and emergencies don't wait. So don't let big banks hold your business hostage with weeks of endless red tape and paperwork. Turn to Cardiff. Cardiff is America's favorite small business lender with a 5-minute application that won't impact your personal credit. You get approved in minutes and funded the same day for up to $500,000. If you've been operating for at least a year with $20,000 a month in revenue, skip the bank delays. Go to Cardiff/ESPNLA right now to secure your funding. That's cardiff.co/ESPNLA.
Morongo giving away 3 Corvette Stingrays? Finally, a sporty 2-seater for me and my ego. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Fireworks the 26th. Performers, bonus giveaways, and carnival games. June 26th through 28th. The fun continues July 3rd through 5th.
Number 2.
Rev up for the Stingray giveaway. Be here June 28th for 3 chances to win.
And the number 1 reason.
Don't pay high prices for gas. Morongo's Travel Center prices are the lowest priced gas around.
Good times.
Join Beto Duran Thursday and Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa as the United States takes on Turkey in one of the summer's biggest matches. Rock your team colors and join fellow fans for an unforgettable match day experience. Enjoy nonstop game day energy, drink specials, surprise giveaways, and incredible food like fire-grilled asada tacos, quesadilla, fresh ceviches, and warm churros. Watch the match, celebrate every moment, and cheer with the entire Mercado. Mercado Gonzalez, where every match tastes better.
Andy Ortiz,
When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Cappy, one of my favorite songs of all time, when they got together and sang All for Love,
man.
From
All
the
for
Three Musketeers soundtrack. Remember the Three Musketeers?
Yes.
That's kind of like you, me, and Sedano, but when Brian Windhorst is here, my Columbo brother,
right,
it becomes Windy, Cappy, and Sedano, which I'm okay with.
You are?
They are the Three Musketeers on Wednesdays. Good morning, Brian Windhorst.
Where would Brian Windhorst be in line at your wedding to dance with you?
To this song, Morales. I want to dance with you to this song.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, we won't look each other in the eye.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Don't the Rams say bleep them picks?
Yes.
That
was a long time ago. Different now. Now they're good at the picks.
Yeah, but didn't they do that and win the Super Bowl?
They did.
This is a bleep them picks trade.
Yeah, what was it?
Horn-chins.
Yeah,
Horn-chin.
Sedano is a guy who's like, hey, I've been around the NBA 20 years. I can draw plays up on the board. I can do
God.
What do you mean, oh, God? What do you mean?
A little sabor?
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Do you want to do the Love Boat, or do you want me to do the Love Boat?
The Art? I don't even know what you're talking
about. No, here it is. Ready? Watch this. Watch this.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
Bit boy.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Oh, just one more thing.
Good morning, 9:02 and 30 seconds. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on this Windy Wednesday, the 24th of June, 2026. We've got breaking Austin Reeves news. We will react. We've got First Takes reaction from ESPN Television. Windy scheduled, hopefully, to join us. I know he's buried as we approach night 2 of the NBA draft, plus this breaking news. But stop the presses, because Cappy, go ahead and pay off the tease you left us with 7 minutes ago.
Before you get to, I ran into Rams tight end, ... and we get into Austin Reeves, I have breaking food news.
All right, stand by. Hold on.
Oh, look at him. He did the Uber Eats thing again. Look at him go.
No, not Uber Eats. My wife brought this back.
Oh, she brought it back.
Okay. A little croqueta.
Oh, un croqueta.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you still home, or are you in Miami still?
Miami.
I mean,
so you brought the whole familia?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm just asking.
I didn't know. You didn't tell me.
Yeah, you didn't tell me.
You didn't tell me. I mean, listen, when you take the whole family to Miami, you got to let us know.
Yeah.
This isn't like a quickie.
Sorry.
George goes in to take care of mom. This is a little family outing.
All right, to see mom.
Okay.
We're actually packing up not too long after we're done here.
Yeah. And where are we going next?
Sedano's going to take care of your mom.
Well, in this case, my mom.
Look at him hold that croqueta. Look at that thing. Look at him hold it.
Oh, it's beautiful, man.
Nice looking piece.
Hey, tell us which Rams tight end you ran into.
You mentioned running into Robert Ory. Just the other day, totally randomly, I'm in a coffee shop, and I run into, and lo and behold, of course.
How is this possible?
No, I got it now.
By the way, for people that want to get croquetas in L.A., you can just go to Tropicana and down.
Beautiful.
Muy bien. I ran into Terrence Ferguson.
All right.
Who's who just finished his rookie year out of Oregon, and he's sitting there in this coffee shop, and I'm looking at him, and he kind of realizes I'm checking him out a little bit, and he's like thinking to himself, "What's this Aqua Velva looking at?" You know what I'm saying? Right?
Wait, I can imagine you not being conspicuous at all.
Well,
or being completely conspicuous.
What's
actually,
this Aqua Velva looking?
Yeah, right? And so he's looking.
So wait, wait. How long were you staring at him before he realized you were looking at him?
Do you really want me to be really honest? Okay.
Yes.
Do you want me to really tell you the truth? I look over at this kid and I see him sitting there, and he's a young guy, and he's a big guy, and he's got on shorts, and he's all tatted out. This guy's got a body that is a painting. I mean, literally, he's a walking painting. This kid, and I go, we've had him on the show the day of the draft. We had him on, but wasn't in person. We had him on in person last year at training camp. I'm almost sure this is Terrence Ferguson. So now this is how much of a creeper I can be, and other people I think do the same thing. Tell me if I'm right. Now I Google the guy. So I Google the brother right there. And I'm like, okay, that's him. So now I walk up to the table and I'm like, yo, Terrence, what's up, man? And he looks at me and he's like, do I know you? And I'm like, yeah, kind of a little bit.
Wait, did he really say, do I know you?
He's
of course not.
I was like,
or did he just look at you like?
Yeah, like he looked at me like, how do you know who I am?
Okay.
And the reason is because, by the way, this is in Solana Beach in San Diego. So it's like, how would anybody down here know who I am? And he actually said to me, he goes,
his whole point of going down there was probably to not get recognized.
Right. He goes, well, how'd you recognize me? I go, bro, look at every tattoo all over your body. I'm like, that to me was the giveaway. Like, look at him. Anyway, introduced me to his wife, had a lovely conversation, has zero recollection whatsoever of ever being on the show with us. Like, yeah, don't you remember like draft day you were on? No, not really. How about last year training camp? No, I don't. I go, boy, I didn't really make an impression on you, pal. So I'll tell you this right now, George. When we go to training camp this summer, there may have to be a picture, like an autographed 8x10 for Terrence Ferguson.
Well, that's your move.
Yeah.
That's your move. That's the way guys remember you, right?
Yeah.
Like, now, interestingly enough, the last two guys you've given one of those to are no longer on the team. One retired, and the other one was let go.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know if Terrence actually wants to do that.
Right. I mean, Aaron Donald's got my picture up in his office, and Cooper Kupp definitely has my picture up in his office because he loved my outfit. So, I don't know. We'll see if Terrence Ferguson wants to also have that.
Remember when you did the Cooper Kupp thing? How that guy at the Rams, the PR guy, had like
pissed.
a meltdown?
Yeah, he was
furious. Stomping next to me. I'm like, dude, calm down.
Yeah.
We got
Wait, what?
Yeah, what's his name?
I don't know.
I forgot his name.
I don't know, but he
was
was
an
like,
artist, obviously.
No.
Artist gets the
Artist
show.
understands the bit.
It's one of Artist's guys. Chad. Ken.
Hey, Chet.
Chet, maybe?
Chet.
I
don't know.
So what was he upset about?
He's like, he's got to go. I go, we're good. We got like 90, I'm always like 30 more seconds. It's 5 minutes more. And he's like, we got to get him over to digital. I was like, it's going to be cool, bro. We're good.
Right.
And he looks at me. He goes, well, I'm going to have to talk to somebody about this. I said, knock yourself out.
Talk to me about it.
Well, also just like calm down.
Yeah.
You're only making it worse.
Right.
It's like when people around here go, hey, can we get that spot? I'm like, yeah, I'll work right on it. I wait for like 4 more days.
Well, he was a sweet kid, and his wife was very lovely, and good for him. Nice to see the young man out and about. But, George, I think we get back to what has broken here.
But now you could actually add a layer to this. Remember me? I walk up to you creepily in some coffee shop in Solana Beach?
Yeah. Right. Now he'll remember. Remember I was talking about your tattoos on your knee? Remember that?
Is that next to the Bunny Cafe in Solana Beach? We got to go there.
You want to go?
Anyway, let's
go ahead.
Reset. So we've got the audio from First Take. They will reset the story, then we'll hear the reaction minutes ago on ESPN television.
Mm-hmm.
We have some significant breaking news out of the NBA. According to Shams Charania, the Lakers are signing Austin Reeves to a 4-year, $185 million maximum contract to return to the franchise with a player option for the final season. That would be in 2029-2030. Reeves declined his $14.9 million player option for the new max deal. Let's go to Markieff Morris here because he is a former Laker, played with him. What do you think about this deal?
The deals he got the great deal. Is all rightfully so, right? He's a guy that got it out of the mud. Undrafted in 2021, his 5th year with the Lakers. He's improved every year. He averaged 24 points this year, He's a great sidekick, he's a great secondary piece with Luka Doncic. They played 2 years together. Obviously, Luka has some say-so with this, and to have that duo going forward, hopefully bring back LeBron James, should be a top 4 team in the East. And I'm happy for Austin, man. He's in the West. I'm happy for Austin, man. He really deserves it. Yeah, I'm happy for him too. Go get your money, but since I played for the Clippers, I don't like the Lakers. Who's going to be defending? Because him or Luka don't play no defense. So the next move got to be a great defender beside those two guys. But I think he deserved it. But if we talk about the future, they got to be able to build some pieces around them because your front two guards has no defense. They're both really good ball handlers, and I think that could get you only but so far.
Stevie? He deserves the money. Worked hard, 28 years of age, paid his dues. Been averaging over 20 the last 2 games, averaged nearly 24 this year. Shot nearly 50% from the field, over 36% from three-point range. The brother can ball. So as a talent, particularly in today's NBA's economy, he deserves every penny. Major props and congratulations to him. Just know that the Lakers ain't winning a damn thing.
On that note, there you go. Stephen A. and First Takes reaction from earlier this morning. Now joining us, thank you for making time, the great Brian Windhorst on a windy Wednesday. Good morning, Windy.
Good morning.
Windy, first reaction to the Austin Reeves news.
Well, he got paid like he had other offers. When their first exchanged numbers, the Lakers and he were relatively far apart, which, it's not that surprising. It's no problem. They obviously came to an agreement. But this really came down to, would the Lakers have to pay the super premium, and they would only really have to do that if they had someone to bid against. And it appears that the Lakers believed that they had real competition here. Maybe Detroit really only has right now $33 million, and this is going to start over $40 million, like 42 something, 40 or 42. So the Pistons could not have given this contract. They could have gotten there. The Nets just used a bunch of their cap space, or some of their cap space. The Bulls just used some of their cap space. But the Lakers obviously believed that Austin Reeves there was a serious threat to somebody else to sign him because they paid a premium. It's not quite the full max, but it's relatively close. It might even be the full max. I don't know. It's $47 million a year. So congratulations to him. He earned it. And there was a market for him. Like last time around, nobody gave him an offer, so he had to take what the Lakers gave. It was a discount deal, and this time he gets paid back for it. Luka is going to earn $50 million a year coming up. His next couple of years are over 50. So you're looking at, between the two of them, not quite $100 million a year. It's a big section of your cap. The good news is in the short term, and I know this is complicated, Cappy, and I apologize.
That's
it's so
all right.
complicated.
I'm listening.
I wish it wasn't.
I'm listening intently.
So
by the way, I love how he apologizes
to
you.
Yeah, well, he's apologizing to me.
Well, it's
and
not even
everybody-
just to you.
It's to everybody in the
all
audience.
the fans.
Yeah, right. That are having the same hard time that I'm
Yeah.
having. Keep going though, Wendy.
I
I'm
know,
listening carefully.
I know.
We're all.
I wish it was more. Wish it wasn't as complicated. So, the Lakers obviously have about $100 million in cap space, give or take. Austin, even though he's agreed to a $40 million contract, he only hits the Lakers' books right now at $21 million.
Okay.
So whether Austin signed for $25 million or $40 million, he only hits the Lakers' books right now for $21. So that is really good news. This is not surprising. The Lakers knew this for ahead of time. And it's one of the reasons why Austin wanted to drive the hard bargain, because it wasn't like Austin taking less would equal the Lakers being able to spend more. And the reason this is complicated is if LeBron were to sign for $40 million, he would count for $40 million. And you may be like, well, how, in what God's name could that possibly make sense? I'm sorry, that's just the way that it is. I could spend an hour trying to explain it to you, but whatever LeBron's number that he signs at is what he will count against the Lakers cap. And it goes to the baseline reason, guys, is because it has to do with what they made last year. Austin made less than 15 or whatever it was last year. LeBron made 50 last year, and so that's basically the reason why. So the Lakers still have the same cap flexibility they had yesterday. It's the same set of circumstances. The difference is that now going forward, you have to worry about the aprons, and you have Luka and Austin on the books for around $100 million a year. For example, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are on the books for Boston for about $110 million a year, and that's a championship duo. And just so you understand, the Celtics are like, yeah, I don't know if that's the best allocation of resources, and are looking at breaking it up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I believe that was Marcus Morris saying that. That's what he's kind of referring to, is you're going to have $100 million invested in two players that are somewhat similar. And so that's why it goes to what you already knew, guys. You already know that the Lakers now have to really try to invest a big chunk of the rest of their cap into a guy who can help them defensively, to protect them defensively. And that's why, getting a defensive first center is so important. I mean, they can win a championship. I really do believe with Luka and Austin Reeves making $100 million a year. Those guys have a lot going for them. They're going to win a ton of games with their ability to score, their ability to share the ball and play off the ball. It's keeping Austin. And by the way, if Austin Reeves had signed the same contract with Detroit and paired alongside Cade Cunningham, we'd be raving about it today.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
this is
100%.
not a commentary. Yeah. But for that to work, you need to have Jalen Duren back there. And the Lakers don't have Jalen Duren back there. And so that's where the challenge for Rob Pelinka and the front office is now.
Yeah, and Brian, right, to your point, and we talked about this because Bobby had tweeted it, that this year, no effect. It could affect them in future years depending on what the cap looks like. But Cappy asked me, do I like the deal in the sense of, the numbers? And I said it could only potentially affect them next offseason. You would know better than I would, and maybe, you don't even know this situation just yet. But I did see Adam Silver say that the expectation is the expansion teams could come online in another 2 years.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, the cap will expand a little further, right? So these deals that maybe look a little bloated now could potentially look less bloated in a few years. Is that right?
How deep into the pool do we want to get here? You're asking a basic question. How deep do we want to go?
Can you apologize to Sedano, though,
do we want fifth grade? Do we want senior of high school? Do we want graduation?
Ask Cappy. Cappy, what do you want?
Listen, I think I'm going to surprise you here because I think everybody thinks I'm going to say, give me the fifth grade version. I want the PhD version with no apologies in advance.
Okay.
So if you remember, 10 years ago, the NBA signed a new TV deal, and all the salary cap went soaring super high all in 1 year. And that was how the Warriors, despite having Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Andre Iguodala, were able to sign Kevin Durant. All right. And so and then there was a whole bunch of money, and then there was all these bloated contracts. And so the league didn't want to do that again. So instead of having a cap spike with the new TV deal, they put in what is called smoothing. So instead of seeing the salary cap, if you think about it like on a line graph, instead of seeing the salary cap go shooting way up in 1 year, it would be more of a smooth pathway upward. And so they said, we're going to raise the salary cap. Instead of raising it 30% in 1 year, we're going to raise it 10% for 3 years in a row. 10%, 10%, 10%. Okay? And so teams are able to more budget the idea that the cap is going to go up 10%, which is a lot of money. The cap right now is about 165 million. 10% a year, that's 16 million. Then it's 17 million. It's over 3 years, it's like 50 approaching 50 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you say, well, that sounds great because Austin's going to make 50 million. Okay, but here's what's happened. Local TV money has collapsed. All of these local regional sports networks have collapsed. And even the ones that haven't collapsed, they've had to redo their deals to pay their teams less money. Even in New York, the New York Knicks, which are owned by the same company that owns their regional sports network, MSG, they had to take a $60 million a year pay cut on their local TV deal. So instead of the cap going up 10%, like they were all planning, the cap hasn't gone up that much because their local as the new national TV deal comes in really high, the local revenue came in lower. And guys, the cap not going to go up 10% like they thought. It's only going to go up 7%. And next year, there may the one thing that's on the horizon, and I actually think I've told you guys this, I think one of the reasons why the Bus family sold, Spectrum hasn't been touched by this yet, but they are not immune. And there's a reality that Spectrum could start having issues and maybe not be able to pay the Lakers the same amount that they did. If it can happen to the Knicks, it can happen to the Lakers. So that guarantee 30% over the next 3 years already is now behind schedule. And so that is affecting team spending this year. Just in general, I think you're going to see tighter spending on teams. Now, look, the Lakers have $100 million in cap space. They need to balance out their team. But to get to the point where Austin's contract will not be as big of a deal in 3 years, yeah, it will be a less percentage of the cap than it is today because the cap will go up, but not as robustly as was projected, when this whole process started.
Even if two new teams come online.
Yes, because that money. Okay, you ready for PhD level?
Will that money will also get smoothed in, is what you're saying?
No. Oh. It won't affect it at all. Here's why.
Okay.
The salary cap, all the money that comes in from TV and tickets and jersey sales or whatever goes into one big pot, and it's referred to as BRI, basketball related income. And it's a big giant pot of billions, $10 billion. The players are promised 51% of that pot of money, and the owners are promised 49%. So they take, if let's just make it real simple. Let's just say $100 was BRI. Players get $51 million, owners get $49 million. They take that $51 million and divide it by 30. That's the salary cap. There's more mathematics in there, but that's essentially what it is. Okay. The revenue that comes in from new teams is not part of BRI. The owners get to keep all of it.
Oh, wow.
It's not shared with the players.
Mm-hmm.
And you will see, in fact, I think some of the players have already said when they're hearing that the new teams could generate $8 or $10 billion in new money, because you're going to have two teams. If you sell both of them for $5 billion, which is reasonable, right? That's $10 billion. The players well, you should get at least half of that. They don't. They don't get half of it, and the owners made sure of it in the last CBA. So no, it will not affect the salary cap.
Got it.
So Wendy, that was an amazing lesson, and all is appreciated. But take us right back to the beginning. Is this Austin Reeves deal? I mean, let's talk basketball. Let's not talk, banking per se.
Yeah.
Is this Austin Reeves deal the way the Lakers have it now? Is it a good deal? Or we played what Stephen A. said. Hey, happy for the brother. Okay, the brother can play. But does this make the Lakers closer to a championship caliber team?
When you're asking that question, no, it doesn't. It's the same roster they had last year. Re-signing your own player is great. It doesn't improve the team. This is the real the real bedrock issue that the Lakers have with improving this summer. You can't crow about your salary cap space when the way that you got that space was taking away core players. Like Rui Hachimura has been one of the best, forget about even big man three-point shooters. He's been one of the best three-point shooters in the league over the last 3 years. 3 years in a row, over 40%. Floor stretching, combination forward. That is a valuable piece. You may have issues with him, but let's say Rui Hachimura is, and so he's paid $17 million. I want to spend that $17 million elsewhere. Got it. That's not even a bad idea. You may be able to upgrade from Rui. But you realize when Rui walks away, the guy who just made, 200, I probably made 123 pointers last year and shot them at 40%, he's gone. That's not there anymore. You're not adding, like LeBron. I don't want to pay LeBron $50 million. Okay, cool. Goodbye. We need to move on from LeBron. All right, get him out of here. He averaged 22, 7, and 6 at 50% shooting. That's now going to be gone. So when you spend that $50 million, whoever you're going to spend it on, you don't have that $20 million or that 20 points. You got to replace that 20 points and then add on top of it. So that's the challenge with being a cap space team. Now, what an organization is supposed to do, the way this is supposed to work, is younger players who are cheaper, who ideally were drafted, move up. This is what the Thunder are doing, right? The Thunder are going to trade away guys who make more money, and they've got these draft picks that are ready to move up and step into these roles. A.J. Mitchell, Jared McCain, who functions like a draft pick. He's on his rookie scale contract. Other guys, Cason Wallace, maybe these two guys that they drafted last night. And these guys move up, and so you replace, a guy like Rui Hachimura, who was making $17 million, with a guy that you drafted 2 years ago, who may be making $5 million. And that's how your team is supposed to replenish itself. The problem is the Lakers haven't been able to do that. They haven't been able to, and the one player that you could have qualified that as, sort of like a draft pick who advanced and grew and everything, was Reeves. Mm-hmm. Reeves is your glory success story. Like, okay, he wasn't drafted, but essentially he was drafted. They got him for nothing. They developed him. He was on a great contract, a great discount contract. Well, that's now no longer true. Now he's on a max or near. So, look, if they come out of this and they're able to find a center who can be a defensive first center, who can have Luka. And that's why they traded for Mark Williams 10 minutes after they traded for Luka, because that's what the Mark Williams was going to be. And by the way, Mark Williams was on a rookie scale contract. He was cheap. It was a really good idea. It didn't work out, but that was exactly what the Lakers needed to do. And, ideally they would have been able to draft somebody last night who could have done that. But, they drafted a wing. By the way, I think Cameron Carr is a nice addition. He's exactly what the Lakers need. They need athleticism and youth and everything like that. I think there's a decent chance he could be playing for the Lakers in the rotation by the end of next season. I like that pickup. But it doesn't address the problem that you have, which is you got to have, Luka. That's why the Mavericks exploded and took off when they – the difference between the Mavericks being a lottery team and a finals team was that they got bigs. They drafted this guy, Derek Lively, and they traded for Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Even though P.J. Washington isn't a basket-defending big man, they added the difference between the Mavericks being in the lottery and in the finals was those three bigs. The Lakers probably need 3 moves to get 3 bigs like that. And one of the moves could be just re-signing Rui. But that's what the Lakers need. So this is a great signing and everything like that, but they're not better than they were yesterday. That's the challenge.
George, that's what my concern was, is when you look at the numbers and you go, hey, look, good for Austin Reeves. Undrafted guy, making a little bit of money, gets a new deal, makes a little bit more money, makes a lot of money, $14 million a year. But to go from $14 million a year to $42 million a year, I'm happy for him. I can't get over the notion that the Lakers are not better as a result, because we've already seen what they are.
It's what I told you, and maybe we've had these conversations with Brian in the past, that this was the situation the Lakers found themselves in when Luka Doncic made it very clear he'd like Austin Reeves as a running mate. And to Brian's point earlier, they had, or at least they felt they had, a level of competition for him. And now it's Rob Pelinka's job and his staff to thread a needle here. And that's kind of the deal. And, they're going to have some ability to add players, but if him and LeBron are both back, it's going to be much more challenging to bring back a team that is vastly better. But what I would make the case is maybe they believe, and I don't disagree with this. They probably believe if we have all 3 of those guys healthy, and we add a wing, and we add a big man, and we upgrade our center position in that regard, that we feel like we can be competitive with the top of the Western Conference. You could disagree with that, but my guess is if they re-sign LeBron and Austin Reeves and they make moves that, coincide with what I mentioned, that's kind of their belief, at least for one season.
Yeah, and you know what the only issue with everything you just said is, and I think you're generally right, that the Lakers probably believe that if you have all 3 guys and they're all healthy and you add to that, it's that line of if they're all healthy, because LeBron will be 42. Sure. We saw what happened this year with Luka being knocked out in the last, 35, 40 days of the season. And the same happened with Austin Reeves. Only with Austin Reeves, it happened twice during the year, because it happened in the first half of the season where he missed about 15 games. And then at the end of the year, he wound up missing the entire month of April. And then, to his credit, came rushing back. But Brian, I don't think he was the same player he was in March that he was in the playoffs. So therein lies the issue.
And just to also explain the landscape of the NBA, I'm in Brooklyn right now. I was at the draft last night. I'm going to be at the draft tonight. The Oklahoma City Thunder, as you know, they have Chet Holmgren, who no matter what happened in the playoffs, he obviously was just got destroyed in that Spurs series. True, he destroyed the Lakers. We remember that, right? He was third-team All-NBA this year. Okay, they have Isaiah Hartenstein, who was a core reason that they won the title last year. They drafted in the first round last year a guy, Tomas Sorber, who ended up missing all of this season with an injury, but he will be back this upcoming season. And last night they used the 12th pick in the draft on this guy from Michigan, Adai Mara, who's 7'4" and has a 9'9" standing reach.
Mm-hmm.
And I interviewed him last night, and within the first 70 seconds he talked to me, he was already talking about going up against Victor Wembanyama, which is probably one of the reasons why the Thunder liked him, was because he is not afraid of that challenge. So we're talking about the Thunder team. They got 4 dudes. You know, they now have a 7'4" guy and a 7'2" guy they can put out there together.
Wendy, I brought this up to George.
Not to mention Hartenstein.
Right. I brought this up to George earlier. I said, George, they're stockpiling the biggest guys.
Yep.
I only wish that the Lakers.
And I also want to point out that the Spurs drafted 2 6'10" or taller guys last night.
Yes.
Too, in the first round.
They did add to them to their.
So
they
the
added
Lakers,
Terrace Reed Jr., who I wanted the Lakers to take from UConn.
Right, and so the Lakers are, borrowing, stealing, plotting, trying to find a starting level big man, and the teams they got to beat are like, should we deploy our 4th starting center or our 5th starting center tonight?
Right. Yeah, I know.
So, I mean, I do. Luka and Austin are a powerhouse. That is a powerhouse duo. They are in their primes. They are going to win so many games. But if you're talking about what is on the Lakers' plate today as they deal with the upcoming offseason, it is what we just talked about.
Wendy, thank you so much. I know you got to run. It's a busy day. We got night 2 of the NBA draft. You're the best.
Appreciate you, Wendy.
Thanks, Brian.
Have a wonderful day, guys.
You too, Wendy.
I really like
the
the
great
way
Brian
he
Windhorse.
apologized, too,
Well, he's a professional.
Well, he's like, Cappy, I'm going to say apologies in advance. This is about to get really complicated for a guy like you.
Right. Cappy, you're not the sharpest tool in the shed, so we want to make sure that...
I mean, I feel like I'm getting sharpened. You know what I'm saying? Like
You are, but this is exactly. I would love for you to be the sharpest tool in the shed, but you reluctantly want to be that. We're trying to help you be the sharpest tool in the shed. Could you imagine if you were the sharpest tool? I mean, you'd be a megastar on LA's mega sports station.
I think I'm going to start doing off-air coaching sessions with Bobby Marks. I want to know everything there is to know about the internal business side of all these NBA deals. Because one of the things that Wendy was just talking about, George, I thought was super interesting. And I know that we've had these conversations, but I like the way he explained it. Look, if you're the Lakers and you look at the salary cap this year, or whatever you want to call it,
right?
Austin Reeves is going to count for $20 million, but he's going to make $42 million. Okay, so the good news for Austin Reeves is he makes a lot of money. The good news for the Lakers is he doesn't count against the cap as a lot of money.
In this offseason.
In this particular year, okay? Now,
well, not the year, just the offseason.
Okay, now what he brought up, though, Wendy, was even though Austin Reeves is $20 million on the books, that's the phrase he used, on the books.
Correct.
He'll make twice as much money.
Correct.
If LeBron, whatever number LeBron signs for, $30 million, that's the number.
Well, because LeBron's salary cap number at the moment is nearly $60 million.
Right. So therein lies yet another issue. So in other words, imagine this. You ready? Imagine if this morning, if the next piece of breaking news would be, just so everybody knows, I'm playing this out. Hey, LeBron James is going to sign with the Lakers on a 1-year deal for, I'm making up a number, $45 million. Okay?
Right.
Now you've got Luka, Austin, and LeBron combined for nearby $150 million.
Except it really only counts for like 128.
But the exact same phrase would come out of Stephen A. Smith's mouth, which is, I'm happy for the brother. But this does not advance the Lakers in a championship pursuit because ultimately...
Well, I will say this. Let me see what the roster looks like
that's
before
fair.
I make that determination.
And that is fair. But as Brian just pointed out, having one defensive big man, a defensive-minded big man, that's a good thing. Everybody knows that the Lakers need to get that. But as he just points out, Oklahoma City and San Antonio stockpiling big men, and there just aren't enough of them out there. And so the Lakers don't need one, as he just points out, 2 or 3. So now you've got your core, but you better go find a bunch of big guys.
Right. So here's what I would say, though. The Lakers' advantage in any series, most likely against any team, would be their size along the perimeter. That they are banking on their size, skill, and combination thereof on the perimeter between those 3 guys, overwhelming teams on their perimeter. Now, it's an interesting bet in an era where teams are certainly, as you pointed out so astutely, leaning towards traditional size again at the big man positions. So we'll see if the science experiment works. I mean, it doesn't mean they're not going to try to add size, but they're not going to have the level of the combination of size and skill in the front court that the Lakers will have at the wing positions.
I mean, look, again, kind of closing argument here, Your Honor. Very, very happy for Austin Reeves.
Wait. So just to wrap this up.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma City Thunder and the Spurs will have an inherent advantage in the front court.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers will have an advantage. I don't know how large it is, but we'll have an advantage in the backcourt for the most part. Now, it just depends on where you want to put LeBron. That's why I labeled it as more wings. But just for argument's sake, we could say we'll put LeBron in the backcourt too.
Yep. All of that, though, is just one problem. It's all on paper because in real life, when you look at Austin Reeves' year this past year, and we pointed it out, 2 significant injuries that caused a lot of missed time. In Luka's case, kind of dealing with a hamstring all year long that ultimately cost him the last month and cost him the postseason. And LeBron's going to be 42. And we've just not seen the human body do what LeBron is going to do or what he did last year at 41. So how's he going to do it at 42? The likelihood of all 3 Lakers stars that we're talking about, the likelihood that all 3 are good for the postseason, it just given their injury history, all 3 of them, just doesn't seem that likely.
Okay, I get it. But their bet is going to be our wings are going to be better than your wings by a decent margin, and we'll just have to battle up front. We'll just need guys that can battle.
Wow, interesting day. Did you think this was going to happen today? Like, I mean, obviously the draft
I did not.
last night.
I did not. I figured it would get announced soon.
Yeah.
And before July 1st. But I did not assume it to be this early in the proceedings. It doesn't matter because from an accounting perspective, it was always going to be last. But yeah, I'm a little surprised. But yeah, good for the Lakers wrapping it up. Good for Austin wrapping it up because in conclusion, I know that's where you wanted to land this thing.
Can I still keep my promos on that say the biggest offseason in Lakers history?
Yeah, it's still part
It is because we still don't know what LeBron's going to do.
All right.
We still don't know who they're actually going to add to this team, and they have a lot of moving parts in regards to their role players. So it is a big offseason.
Beautiful, man. 9:37 in the morning on a windy Wednesday. I
don't know about history, but I mean,
I'm
but
over the
you
top.
like to embellish anyway.
Right. I mean, you might as well be bold. You know what I mean? Just say it out loud.
Listen, I like to stick it out there.
Yeah, you do.
Puff the chest.
You do like to stick it out there.
Peacock that thing.
All right, let's take a 60-second timeout.
It's like when Ireland gets out of the shower, right?
He wiggles it. Right.
He wiggles that thing around, man.
Yeah.
I get out of the shower, I do a happy dance, and then I suck on the tap.
By the way, he loves now doing these live reads with me on Tuesdays.
He does, huh?
He tapped me when he was leaving yesterday. He goes, "Good job. I'll see you soon," because he's going on vacation. And, like, John has never done that to me.
Like where he actually physically touched you with, like, some love.
On his way out after cross.
You know
I'm
what,
sitting down.
John, it took him a minute, but John is in on the bit.
He grabbed my shoulder and went, "Good job today."
Wow.
And I was like, wow, that's never happened.
That's interesting.
Who needs to get in on the bit? Who still needs to get in on the bit?
Well, DeMarco's in on the bit, but sometimes he forgets about it, but that's CTE. Travis is in on the bit, likes to pretend that he's not.
Okay.
Geeter is too far in the bit now.
Yeah, he's dirty boy.
Yeah.
Dirty boy
Geeter.
I think Marcus wants to be in on the bit, but he's one of those Star Wars guys, so I don't know.
Yeah. Trudell is leaning in on the bit.
Oh, yeah.
in a big way.
Yeah, he is. I think everybody's in on the bit
Although
now.
I think Trudell yesterday walked out of here just whiplashed. You know what I mean? He was like, man, it was just all I did was say Cicada versus the Stones. Come on, man.
Speaking of which, Trudell has updated our World Cup standings, and we're going to do that on the other side. And also, my laptop I don't have a power source near me.
Okay.
Like, I've used all the power sources that are available to me, and so I only have 10% battery left. So hopefully it lasts the next 20 minutes.
About 60% is what Cappy and I
60% is usually right around that number.
We take a 60-second thing. I want to hear Mario's World Cup report, and then we'll return with the Lindsay segment, and we'll pay off the World Cup standings.
It's time for your Valvoline Instant Oil Change Summer of Soccer update. Here's Mario Ruiz.
The 2026 FIFA World Cup reaches decision day today for Groups A, B, and C as they wrap up their group stage. 12 teams will be in action, and for 10 of them, a place in the knockout rounds is still on the line. Group B kicks off at noon with Canada looking to hold on to first place against Switzerland, while Bosnia and Herzegovina faces Qatar. Then at 3 p.m., it's Group C, where five-time champions Brazil conclude their group campaign against Scotland, while Morocco takes on Haiti. The day wraps up with Group A action kicking off at 6 p.m. South Africa battles South Korea, while host nation Mexico faces Czechia in Mexico City. El Tri has already locked up the top spot in Group A, while Czechia will be fighting for their World Cup lives tonight at the legendary Estadio Azteca. It's also a special day for Lionel Messi, who celebrates his 39th birthday.
And that's your Valvoline Instant Oil Change Summer of Soccer update. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. From kickoff to the final whistle, performance matters. Keep your vehicle running strong. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a special offer and locations near you.
9:40 in the morning, the Sedano Kap Morning Show, Windy Wednesday. Lindsay segment time. We like to play a TV theme. On this day in 2012, another Aaron Sorkin classic. Wasn't on as long as The West Wing, but it made impact in the 3 seasons it was. The Newsroom premiered on HBO.
I liked The Newsroom.
I really did too.
Yeah. I watch the morning show with Jennifer Aniston, but I haven't completed, I think it's season 3. But I like all those shows about kind of behind the scenes at TV stations or TV networks.
Yeah, Jeff Daniels, it was the first time I feel like Jeff Daniels, to me at least, was no longer like Dumb and Dumber Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
He was a serious, award-winning actor in a very serious role, delivering serious dialogue, because that's what Sorkin does. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. The Lindsay segment made possible by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-624 or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. As I like to say, take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. All right, Cappy, so this story jumped out at me, especially for you, okay? Because it involves toilets. Company in China has unveiled a self-driving toilet designed for seniors and people with mobility issues, or people like Cappy who, sometimes they just can't hold it and they need extra underpants.
Mm-hmm.
So this robotic toilet can navigate to a user's bed, provide cleaning and drying functions, then drive itself back to a docking station where it empties waste and sanitizes itself. Some people think that this is a great breakthrough for independent living. Others think that we're getting way too comfortable with technology. So I want to know, all you guys, what's more likely to be in your house 10 years from now, a self-driving toilet or a robot maid?
Ooh, 10 years
robot
from now.
maid.
Yeah.
Like in Rocky IV, the robot?
Or like Rosie from the Jetsons.
More like Rosie from the Jetsons, I think.
But the maid thing, is it going to snap and kill me? Or is it...
I don't know, the toilet could too, right?
I guess so.
Then you're really in trouble.
These toilets, though, Chris and I are walking around the streets of downtown LA last night. We're just being part of the jungle out there. We just contribute to it because it's just mayhem out there on the street.
I don't pee on the street.
No, you don't pee on the street. You do a good job of finding a bathroom. But those little vehicles that drive around and they deliver food?
So the little delivery, what would you call those?
I don't know.
Carts, but they're small.
Delivery robots.
Yeah, the robots.
Those
but
things,
one almost hit me last night.
I mean, these things are in the way.
Well, they are. That's their whole point.
But they're really in the way. These little tiny robots are driving around all over the streets of downtown LA, delivering people food who are too lazy to get up and go for a walk. And I feel like they're in the way. So what I'm worried about is that I feel like the mobile toilet is going to look like one of those little delivery cars. And then what's it going to do? I'm like, hey, come over to me. It's the middle of the night. I want to pee, but I don't really want to get up and walk to the bathroom. Am I really that lazy? Now, if I have a physical ailment and I can't get up, then what am I supposed to do? Roll over and roll right onto the toilet?
Exactly. It's great in that situation.
By the way,
right?
what company uses these little delivery robots?
Yeah, who are they?
They all use them. Like, I know DoorDash does, Uber Eats does.
Oh, I've never had one delivered to me. Now, granted, I'm in a suburban
in
neighborhood.
downtown LA, it happens all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
We've gotten them a few times here where I remember we went downstairs because we wanted to, like, meet the robot, but we didn't get there in time.
So what happens? You scan your phone and then it unlocks?
No, just, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. I think it's just like a regular person. We're just dropped it off where it says it's going.
But they are in the way, okay? I'm a pedestrian in downtown L.A. I'm waiting for Jacob and Ronnie to have one of these commercials one day where I'm reading. It's like, hey, have you gotten hit by one of these food delivery carts? You know, you gotten your foot run
but
over?
it's not going to hurt.
I don't know, man. I almost got hit yesterday by one of them. It almost hit me right in the, schwanz.
Did you see? I think it was New York maybe where they're running into bus stops.
Yeah, they're
because they've
littering.
got glass sides, see-through sides of the
doesn't
bus
see it,
stop.
right,
Yeah, and
yeah.
it just runs into it, shatters the glass, and then
Oy.
just kind of rolls around and keeps going like it's nothing.
Oh, my
so
God,
they've got to
man.
be pretty strong if they're shattering glass, right?
I mean, they're just they just occupy so much space on the sidewalk.
They don't really occupy that much space. They're just trying to navigate.
Yeah,
and that's what's kind of herky-jerky.
Right. Like, you ever, run into a person in a store where
But
you're like,
also,
you go,
you know what?
you go.
People now just bike and motorized scooters
Oh, yeah.
on the street.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't use the bike lane. We almost got killed by that last
Yeah,
night.
that same guy.
So that, to me, is more dangerous than these little carts.
And also, you got these razor scooters that are, like, literally, like, just all over the place. Like, people leave garbage on the streets.
Yeah.
They just leave these razor scooters everywhere.
Well, everybody should have known that business concept was
Yeah.
people aren't going to return them. They're just going to leave them.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do, man?
I don't know, man. These little
There's been a
carts.
fire burning in East L.A. for a week. What
You
can
know
we
what,
do?
though? I got to tell you something. Like,
I
last
know,
night,
man,
I didn't feel
that's
like the air quality
crazy.
was bad.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
why the
still-
air quality's bad.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
feel like walking the streets last night. I was like, ooh, God, it smells like that Boyle Heights fire. It wasn't. I didn't feel
It's
like
been
that.
burning for a week. It's
I know.
finally burning out.
I can't believe
You
it.
can smell it. I mean, when I landed to come back into town on Sunday, when I flew in on Sunday, they mentioned it as we landed. Like the flight attendants did, said something about like the air quality and wearing masks and stuff. So it's obviously very much a thing.
It's hard to believe. 8 days.
And
whatever.
just that part of town for it to happen.
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean, is brutal.
That's why Sunday there was a whole cloud over Dodger Stadium. You barely could
right.
see.
Yeah. There was talk about whether or not that game was going to be played. That's
And,
right.
and it's the second time they've had a fire in that area recently. So yeah, it's just tough. And here's the thing: I think it will also cause, because those warehouses stored a lot of goods for a lot of different sectors of the region. 75 1,000 pallets or whatever of food burned in that scenario. So, like, I would imagine there's these grocery stores and places that are expecting food that now are going to be behind. Like, it's just going to cause all sorts of issues beyond that. And then, not to mention, the people who work in those facilities who don't have a facility to go back to work to.
Yeah.
You know?
Plus the people that live nearby, because, like I said.
Oh, right. Well, that was the original
concern.
concern, is just the fires in that area, and the concern for those people, for sure.
You just don't hear about this. Like, you usually hear, like, hey, there was a fire in a building, and the firemen showed up, and with aerial support and all these other guys, they got it out. It took a couple hours. They got it out. This has been going on for days.
Yeah, well, it's a huge warehouse and warehouses, and maybe I thought I read this somewhere. I think it was started originally by an issue with them. Either I don't know if it had something to do with the solar panels. Something happened. I don't remember specifically, but yeah, just brutal, man, brutal altogether.
Doesn't change the fact, Lindsay, that I still think that 10 years from now, I'm more likely to have a robot
Rosie.
in my house than I am
Rosie.
to have a mobile toilet. Now, 20 years from now, my gosh, 20 years, yeah. I could be looking at a mobile
20
toilet.
years from now, you may need the mobile toilet more than Rosie.
Right. At that point, I'll probably need both. Probably need Rosie to help me get to the mobile toilet.
Correct.
You know?
I mean, that would be great for, people who need help. You need an in-home nurse, whatever. I feel like that's a great thing.
Right. And then Cappy could be talking to her about, when they signed Austin Reeves and how
I remember.
didn't affect their salary cap space that year.
Maybe Rosie can get you to help sign your final contract
Yeah,
at that point.
Maybe.
You
We'll
only
see.
got probably, 10 more years?
That's a long time.
You think so?
He's got a lot of, Amazon accounts.
Wow, so you're like the anti-Mason. Mason was going to do it till like 2028 after the Olympics. He said he was going to retire. Now he says he's never retiring. He's just going to go to he's going to die in the chair.
Well, by then he's going to have 47 weeks of vacation. It'll be more like, when is Mason on? 1 month a year.
Yeah. I just look at guys like Jim Rome and Howard Stern. And
phenomenal.
These guys who've made fortunes, and yet they still do it every day. I guess in Howard's case, he probably does it 3 days a week.
3 days a week.
But
from home, too.
But Rome.
Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah, Rome is like.
Because what else are you going to do?
Well, that's just it, What else do you want to do with your life?
These stories, and this is why I always say to people, don't retire. No, that doesn't mean don't cut back. But you hear all these stories of, worked my whole life, then I retired, and then I got really sick.
Mm-hmm.
That's just, why do you want to do that?
I know I told you guys this story a couple of years ago. It's a straight up true story. I had a guy who was a buddy of mine in the horse racing industry. He was an accountant. He retired on Friday. He went to the desert for a PGA Tour event on Saturday, dropped dead of a heart attack on the golf course right there, the day after he officially retired.
See, that's no fun.
Yeah.
No good.
That's no fun. And I don't want to golf when I'm not, it's fun to golf when you're you're taking a week off to go golf, or you're on vacation, or, hey, I'm going to scoot out of work early to go play 9 before the sun sets. If all I have to do is golf, guess what? I don't want to golf then.
Right. I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. I
right.
do.
Is Funchy here?
I agree.
Yeah, Funchy's here.
Love is in the house.
We're going to do the Funchy recap.
All right, time for the Funch in 60 seconds. Here we go.
Time for Funchy. Michael Funches.
To give us this morning's YouTube chat in 60 seconds, Michael Funches.
All right, Funchy, good morning.
Good morning. I had a rough morning already.
Well, what happened?
Oh, I had to take my wife to the metro station, but she forgot her Mexico jersey.
Oh.
No. So I had to take her home and then take her to the metro station.
So like Goodfellas, where she wouldn't fly without the hat?
Yeah, definitely.
Did you guys get all the way to the station?
Yeah, we did. But I had to go back home, get her Mexico jersey because she forgot Mexico was playing today. So, yeah, sucks.
Tell you this, a lot of the Mexico fans are like, look, I know we've done well so far in terms of winning, but we haven't played that well. So I know there's a lot of nerves out there for Team Mexico fans. Like, yeah, we've won, but we got to play a lot better if we're going to go deeper into this tournament.
Yeah, agreed.
So, Sedano, where exactly are you?
I'm in Miami.
Okay, yeah, people are saying that you're in your dorm room, you're in K-Town, you're in a trap house.
No, I am in I'm in an Airbnb. It's got this brick wall behind me, which in this portion of the house, which is kind of nice, original brick. Yeah,
not JT the brick, but original brick.
Got it in.
I got it in.
But so that's where I'm at. It just it's also the furthest area in the house where I can not,
be heard.
Interrupt people.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. While they want to just kind of enjoy their time in the house.
Okay. All right. And Lindsay, people are saying you always have this screen above your face, like
Correct.
Al.
Mhm.
What's his name? Al, the neighbor from Home Improvement.
Wilson.
That's right.
Al's the friend.
That's right.
Wilson's the neighbor. He
Yes.
showed his face in the final episode.
Wilson, yes. People are saying you're like him.
Yeah, I do it on purpose.
Yeah, she hides behind the computer screen.
I do. Like to be
And then
more
one guy's
mysterious.
like, "What's Home Improvement?" So
That's
yeah.
your problem, man.
Yeah.
If you don't know that show, then you're missing out.
A lot of excitement for Cameron Carr. People think that we're going to win the title next year.
What?
Yeah, we're going to win the title next year. And
What?
we
I
got
don't know about that, but okay.
And we got some dumb logic from Epic Wolf, who says your dad needs to be mediocrity or a journeyman player to be great. Usually, if your dad is a great player, you tend to be a bust. So that's why he thinks he's going to be good.
Well, but that's my point. Is that it even with all those factored in, the players who are drafted, who are sons of players who played either in the NBA or WNBA, still exceed their expectation level by a quarter, by 25%.
And one more thing.
And they did the math on all this. This isn't like Epic Wolf just, flying off the seat of his pants here. You know what I mean? They actually did research on this, Wolf.
Come on, Epic.
Get out of here, man.
No, not Epic.
Oh, I call him by his first name, Epic. You call him by his last name, Wolf.
He's just Tim in the OC. That's who that is.
Oh.
Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Tim in the OC, the Niner fan?
Yeah, it's Epic Wolf. Same person.
Okay, because he gets really pissed anytime you don't suck up to the Niners,
And one more thing, shout out to Bubba Holmberg 7057. He said he will split his sandwich with me, which would be a turkey sandwich with garlic, mustard, tomatoes, and a lightly spiced pickle.
Where'd that
a
come
lightly
from?
spiced pickle.
Where did this all? Where did
what
this
do you spice the
conversation
Because
pickle
you guys were
with?
talking about turkey and turkey.
Oh, we were talking about turkey. Yay.
Yeah.
Turkey
and
yay.
And people started talking about turkey sandwiches, and yes.
No,
Bubba-
hold on. What's a lightly spiced pickle? Like, what are you spicing it with?
I have no clue. You're going to have to ask Bubba this.
Oh, which would you put pepper on a pickle?
Well, yeah, it's like when you make a pickle, it's a cucumber. It starts off as just a cucumber, and you put different spices in there to make it a pickle.
Well, you use like a lot of vinegar,
Yes,
right?
and then spices.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a finished pickle.
Oh.
I don't need this. It's already salty because it's a pickle.
But they do have spicy pickles, I think, in jars in the
Yeah.
store.
Yeah,
like
no,
Vlasic.
absolutely. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what he meant, like a spicy pickle, not just a lightly
Oh,
spiced pickle.
Got it.
Cappy, I'm not a big spicy pickle guy.
No?
I like every once in a while the bread and butter ones that are kind of
Oh,
sweet.
those are nice.
Yeah, that's
Ew, I
nice
don't
on a
like
burger.
Those are lovely.
It's nice on a burger.
Yeah, really nice.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, really
All right,
good.
Funchy, thank
Well,
you.
Funchy, thank you for hanging out, bud.
Thank you.
Fun.
Appreciate
Funch,
you guys.
Fun's
nice work
producing
today.
Mason in Ireland today. Who's doing the show today?
Geeter and Acam.
Oh, the dirty boy in Kamenetsky.
Oh, Kamenetsky's a dirty boy, too.
Yeah, he got me
yeah,
to
he
bend
is,
over to
definitely.
DeMarcus
Last
yesterday.
night, yeah,
Double
last
dirty
night,
boys?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
double dirty. Last night, so Morales was doing live imaging Tuesday, and they had a conversation.
By the way,
about,
I want to pause there.
Yeah.
The amazing part that everybody is now figuring out about Cappy is that he listens all day long.
Yeah.
They didn't realize this.
Yeah.
So at one point, Cap texted, like, hey, aren't you doing lit today? It was during Mason Ireland. I go, yeah, I'm just letting Bergie do his segment. I'll be right back. Oh, okay, good. But now everybody's now figuring out, because I'm saying it, he wants certain audio, like, oh, that's so funny. It's amazing. He listens all day long.
Well, I mean, I walked 8 miles yesterday, so I mean, I was just walking around listening, and at one point they were talking about playing football, and Chris said, if I played football, I'll tell you what position I'd play. And DeMarco's like, well, you'd be a center, because DeMarco's looking at Chris's body type.
No, that's not his joke. His joke was, if you looked at his hand thing, he goes, you would love to bend over and get those hands underneath you.
Correct. So that's what DeMarco said. And then Chris decided to get down in a 3-point stance like he was going to snap the ball. And freaking dirty boy Andy Kamenetsky said, this is a direct quote, Chris just offered his ass. That is a direct quote from Andy Kamenetsky yesterday. And I'll tell you right now, George, he's a dirty boy too.
Everyone's
Double
trying to get
dirty
in.
boys
They're all trying to get in on the bid.
Ever since Geeter with the 3 testicle thing, everybody's become a dirty boy around here.
What can you do, man? Everyone wants in on the bid.
Yep.
Isn't that a good thing?
It is good.
Where's the highway to
Hey,
heaven?
are we doing that calendar thing?
Yeah, it didn't start right away. Oh, there it is. All right, time for the Don't Sweat the Small Stuff calendar of the day. By the way, you can make that joke when Lindsay's not here, but Lindsay did this bit. She gave us the calendar for Christmas, so be careful, yeah. Wednesday, June 24, 2026. Be grateful when you're feeling good and graceful when you're feeling bad. Most people have it backward. When they are feeling down, they roll up their sleeves and get to work. They try to figure out and analyze what's wrong. They try to force themselves out of their low state. This is a different version, which tends to compound the problem rather than solve it. There you go.
Nice.
Be graceful when you're feeling bad, Cappy.
Nice.
It is time for the Dealer's Choice. Real Deal, brought to you by our friends at Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your house before you call an agent? Call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer. Or visit sellersadvantage.com. Providence Realty, DRE 019-15212.
What are you giggling about over there? I hear you.
Just Jacob staring right at me.
Oh.
Hey, George, I like to do restaurant reviews on the show.
Yeah.
And about 2 months ago, maybe it wasn't that long ago, I came back the next day and I told everybody about a place that is a pretty popular place. I'd never been there before. The South Beverly Grill. Have you ever been in Beverly Hills?
I've been many times, yes.
Amazing. And when I was sitting...
It's basically like a Houston.
It is a Houston's.
What's the same? He did this bit last night to me.
Yeah, we did this before. Yes, it's
right.
the same ownership.
Yeah, same owner. I think it's called the Hillstone Group.
Hillstone now. There are still some Houstons. But
Okay, so I was sitting there at the bar that night.
It's time for another Cappy Fresh bit.
Right, and the guy next to me had this dish that I said, you know what? I don't know what that is, but I got to try it. And it was a pink trout with rock shrimp on the dish, right? So I was like, you know what? I don't care if it's $41. I'm not paying for this dinner anyway. Screw it, I'm getting it. I had it. I've been thinking about this freaking dish ever since.
That's all we talked about last night,
I've been trying to get Mark Cates to go with me to the South Beverly Grill because he likes it because he says they give a really big, strong pork.
And you figured he'll pay for it and expense it.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Now, today, George, I've got a very fancy lunch planned in Newport Beach at a place called Gulfstream. Have you ever been to Gulfstream?
No.
Apparently, it's the same
I've
deal.
been there to lunch and dinner with Keyshawn over the years.
Apparently, it's also it's the same restaurant, just different name. I don't know why they don't just create a name and create a brand. And
so that you're out here talking about 3 different restaurants and they're all the same.
Okay, so now today, George, I have found out on this Gulfstream menu, the pink trout with the rock shrimp available. $2 less at Gulfstream for lunch.
So Sedano, he made this big deal last night.
Yeah.
And he's looking at me. He's like, hey, $2 or $2. I go, well, to be honest, if you can afford a $39 lunch, what's the difference between that and $41?
Well, where is Gulfstream located?
In Newport Beach. And
you're paying Beverly Hills prices.
Yeah,
well, yeah, the tax rate is also lower in Orange County.
Yeah. So I will have a review for you tomorrow, but I can only say this. I have been nonstop thinking about this pink trout, something I would never order. But it looked so bomb when this guy's sitting next to me that today, hey, Gulfstream, hey, chef, I'm in the house this afternoon.
The Epic Wolf isn't going to like that you're talking about having a $39 lunch.
Well, I'm not paying for it.
But still.
Why was Epic Wolf's problem?
You're an overpaid hack. That's what he's going to say.
I'm an overpaid hack?
What he's going to say.
Hey, Epic Wolf, you want to come have lunch with us today?
He doesn't come out.
Oh, he doesn't?
We've invited him. We're like, come to remotes. We're in Orange County. Now he won't do it.
Well, hey, Gulfstream, Newport, I'll be there this afternoon to try your pink trout with the rock shrimp. Let's see how it goes and see if it's as good as South Beverly Grill. I'll have a review for you tomorrow.
That'll do it for a windy Wednesday. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We will be back tomorrow, Thursday, at 7 a.m. Sedano, are you going to be in Miami still?
Yes, sir.
All right, beautiful. We look forward to it. We'll have Michelle Smallman in Michelle's Safe Space. We'll have Dr. Robert Clapper, and we'll see what else falls out from NBA Draft Night, night number 2. That's tomorrow, 7 a.m., the Sedano Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.